going on? How's everyone doing?
Just shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great night so far. Yeah, it's Thursday. Happy Thursday. You guys want to watch some court? Oh, wait, hold on. We got a special guest. You guys want to meet him? I don't think you've met him before. Yeah, this is Team Skeptic. What's up, team?
Hello, chat. Never heard of me before. I know I'm new to YouTube. I bought 207,000 subscribers to get a kickstart, so hopefully you'll like me moving forward.
Yeah, that's a bold strategy. I hope it works out for you. All right. Quick recap. Last Friday, Team Skeptic was gracious enough to join our area, and we talked about a Karen, an absolutely crazy Karen, and we called that video 0 or case 0.
Case 0, yeah. So
Yes.
got it all started.
Yeah. You know what, team? You go ahead. You want to do the recap? You probably can do it better than I can.
Yeah, so basically in the recap, we had I got some things wrong, though. I do want to clarify. I think I said that first hearing was for malicious destruction of property, and it wasn't. It was for telephone harassment. And we will definitely, in part 4, be going over, I don't want to give away too many details about it, but we do definitely have a few pages of text messaging to go over, which are going to be maybe 10 to 15 of the 3,800 text messages she sent him while having a PPO out on him. So now she got telephone harassment charge, which the arraignment was on that one. Now in that hearing, she made mention of suing the Van Buren Police Department and the governor and the mayor and the rats that live in the sewers and anybody that's accidentally bicycles that have accidentally rolled in front of her on accident are currently being sued were currently being sued in federal court. No, they're no longer being sued. But that's what leads us up to today. So we have 3 hearings today. The first hearing is going to be the I already covered these. Okay, yeah. So basically what we're going to do, I was jumping to the videos I'm about to cover, so I was trying to remember what was coming up. So yeah, so the first video was the bond violation video. The second video was an eviction hearing. The third video was also an eviction hearing. So the first bond hearing the bond violation was because she violated the bond for the malicious use of a communication device. So that's where we're picking up tonight, is with that her coming up to her bond violation hearing, and then we have back-to-back eviction hearings. And I'll fill in the blanks where people need blanks filled in, but other than that, I'll just turn it over to Colin.
Yeah, I do have a quick question before we get started. Now, I've watched the video a couple times now. My question is, she's being evicted from Chuck's brothers or cousin's house or something like that?
Okay, yeah. So let me explain that. So originally, the person on the eviction filing, the plaintiff, is I think it's Paula Cripps. And Paula Cripps is the daughter of the original owner of the house. That person is related to Chuck, who is who's the victim in all this, right? So they did something nice for Chuck and Lindsay and the kids and let them move in, and all was well until Lindsay started falling down the rabbit hole of sovereign citizenship and flat earther. So then it all went to hell from there. So the idea, as far as I know it, was that they were evicting both of them out just to get her out. And then the idea was for him to eventually move back in, which I don't know if he ever moved back in or if he just said, you know what, I'm done with that, that period of my life and I'm moving on. So that could very well be the what happened after that with Chuck and the kids. But I do know that that's what the eviction was. It was to get both of them out so that the family could take possession of the house again, because she had moved in, a married couple, and was doing like wild sex acts in front of where children could see them, whether they were intending to do it in front of children or not. And how much of it was done in front of children, I didn't care to ask because that's not my business. But at the same time, there was some inappropriateness that occurred in front of these children that should never occurred. So that's where the eviction is coming in, is to get her out of the house so that the family, I guess he could possibly move back in or just go on to the next place. What he did, I don't know.
I kind of hope he didn't move back in just so she doesn't have his address. But that's not my decision to make. But hopefully he gets as far away from her as possible.
Yeah. I'm gonna
speaking of which,
I'm gonna email Chuck right now and get him the link to the thing so he could watch.
Oh, he's already here. I was just.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you. He jumped in. He jumped in shortly, like a couple minutes before it started, and said he's putting the beer money to good use, and then he just responded here. So,
hey, also
he's
Chuck,
actively in the chat.
Chuck, if I get anything wrong, just correct me in the chat, because I'm going off most of this from our previous conversation and the things that I've received on email, but I'm not using that in the moment to guide what I'm saying. So if you feel free to clarify on anything that I say, by all means, just clarify. And audience, if you're watching, Chuck's in the chat right now, and he'll be clarifying anything that's going on in this video or anything that I say that I might get wrong or needs more clarification.
Perfect. Also, real quick on the beer money topic, I showed the receipts on Sunday night. I'm not going to show them again tonight. I don't feel like I need to keep throwing them on screen. They are in Discord, and if you want to see, they are available on my stream from Sunday night. So you guys can go make sure all the money got to the right place.
How much was it total that you sent me? Was it 274 or 294?
I sent you 274.
274, and I sent an additional 100 on top of that, as I said I would. Chat, thank you very much. Right. And Chuck's in the chat right now. He can confirm that he got it.
Yeah,
or not.
You know what? I'll
confirm that he didn't get it. Either way,
I'll just go ahead and do this real quick, since we're talking about it. I have it up. I just didn't want to keep beating a dead horse. So that's the money sent to Chuck. So the 374, we just confirmed it. Thank you everybody for. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you everybody for supporting Chuck in that endeavor. And yeah, he said he's putting the beer money to good use, which hopefully he's having a couple tonight while he's watching this, because he's probably going to need a few of them.
Honestly, he said a little bit is going to him and the rest is going to the kids. So good job, chat. Y'all helped out a family. That's what it's all about, helping out a family. So thank you very much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Okay. That being said, you guys ready to get into it? You ready, Skeptic?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Reno.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Batar talked to Ms. Dineski, and apparently she's representing herself. People versus Lindsay Dineski. This is set for the violation of the conditional bond, and also there's still the underlying case that is that there was a warrant on of the malicious use. What's the people's position on these cases?
Your Honor, as it relates to the bond, there have been numerous bond violations reported by Mr. Nerswick during the pendency of this matter. I believe there were at least 4 that were reported. Mr. Nerswick indicates there were more that he did not report, just so that he wasn't going to the police on a daily basis.
Right, I understand.
From her. It's clear, I mean, she made it clear during the pretrial with Judge Martin that she did not agree to the court's bond and wasn't going to abide by it, and she absolutely has not. There have been continued bond violations. I spoke with Mr. Nerswick for a moment this morning. He indicated that what he would like is no contact from Ms. Dineski, because the limited contact that he did afford her during the pendency of this matter, she has abused repeatedly.
Right, and so there's already a no contact in place and she decides to ignore it. So what would you
No,
like
I
me to
actually
do?
don't. I actually don't. He was harassing me and I only told him
Okay.
to stop harassing me.
Okay.
So if he comes to my home and he's harassing me, I have a right to
Okay.
say, you cannot
Miss
harass me. And the only
Manarino.
other time I talked to him was about the children, which I was told I
Okay.
was allowed. And I do not feel I can get a fair trial here, and I would like a change of
Okay.
venue, and I would like
Okay.
a trial, or I would like the charges to be dropped. I am not
Miss
guilty of this
Dineski,
charge.
please be quiet so I don't have to mute you. Don't make
Well,
me
I'm
do
letting
that.
you know what I would like.
Miss Manarino, what's the people's position on all of this?
Your
And
Honor,
I'm aware that there's some ongoing thing with,
Yeah, he lied to get a court order. He stole my court documents. He's been harassing me at my house daily. He's had family members harass me. He's had other people texting me that are basically telling me what he wants to say, calling me a cunt, calling me a bitch, saying I'm never going to see my kids again. He's the one harassing
that.
me. and
Your
he's playing
children's
this-
stuff is downtown. I mean, that's what,
No, this is
that's
about
what
the
family
children. The whole
court.
reason why he
But
put
I'm
harassment
saying that
charges on me.
family court, I can't do
Okay,
anything
but he's
about your
putting
children.
harassment, ma'am. Can I just, I'm in, this
No,
is my
actually,
hearing.
it's my courtroom. No, you
No, but
speak
it's
when
my
I tell
hearing
you
and
you
I'm
can
the
speak.
defendant and I have a right. I have a
You're right.
right.
You have the right to be muted because I'm not going to continue to do this with you.
I love it. You have the right to be muted. You have the absolute right to remain silent, and I'm going to force that right upon you right now.
I'm going to help you express your rights. Now, I do want to point out, a lot of people ask why the judge lets her continue on as she does. And what I do want to say is that you have to realize it's not a criminal case, number one. So it's not the state versus somebody or the township or the city or the county. It's actually the state, or I'm sorry, not like an individual person. It's an entity that's against this or it's not like it's an entity. It's another person. So it was Chuck on one side, her on the other side. There's no way to just say, you know what, we're going to cut you off right there, because then it puts Chuck in a position where he has to continue coming back and continue on and continue on. So in my opinion, ignoring her and muting her and continuously moving forward is exactly what you need to do. And ultimately, this is what ends up costing Lindsay in the long run. By the time we get to the end of all these trials, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, like you said, it's a civil matter. The rules are a little bit different in civil court than they are criminal court, like you just said.
Well, this is a criminal. Well, this one's a criminal matter right here. This is a malicious use.
This is still malicious. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So when we get of course she's talking a lot here, but primarily when she's talking over the next 4 hearings that you're going to be hearing, 2 today and then 2 in the future, those are all civil matters. So they have to keep her there so they can continue moving it forward, so they can come to a disposition for Chuck. So I spoke a little prematurely, as this right here, they could have easily just said, cut her off and put her in jail. But at the same time, Chuck's in the call too, and they do have to continue moving it forward. They can't keep bringing witnesses back. This is part of the procedure. And I think she did the right thing, even though I do think that Lindsay doesn't know how to shut the fuck up.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Also, I've every interview I've had with the judge, I've asked them, what do they base their contempt on? When they order, when they say you're in contempt of court, what goes through their mind? How do they determine that? Because we watch these. I mean, everyone that's in this chat right now watches court way more than the normal person does, and we're always saying, hold that person in contempt, hold that person in contempt. So what actually makes them pull the trigger? And all 3 judges I've interviewed said the same thing, and it's just they don't want to do it. They don't want to take someone's freedom away just because they're emotional, because they're talking.
Unruly.
So yes, until you actually see, I think Judge Slavin said this, until you actually start taking up the time of somebody else, he's not even going to threaten you. So if this is the last case on the docket, he's going to give her, Judge Slavin would give her a little bit more leeway than if it was in the middle of the docket and he's wasting and she would be wasting everyone else's time. So there's a lot of factors into holding in contempt, and it's not as simple as I don't like what you're saying, I'm going to hold you in contempt, because you're taking someone's freedom away. So it's it's easy for us to say as the backseat judges, but it's not as easy for a judge to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
All right.
you, Ms. Dineski. I'm not. Ms. Manarino, what do the people think that they want?
Your Honor, I don't know if because there have been so many.
I'm not gonna.
I would
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
trial.
lock this woman up. Ms. Dineski, you're pushing all my buttons. Listen, I'm trying to do I'm trying to figure out what Ms. Manarino thinks she wants. Because I'm not inclined to put you in jail. Although I am inclined to make you go and get a competency. Because I think that perhaps you have mental health issues.
Well, I can give you a mental eval and a note from my psychiatrist that says I don't. But when somebody's being harassed and abused,
But
they
Ms.
don't act like
Manarino,
they normally
what I'd
do.
like to do from this, I would like her to have a competency and criminal responsibility.
I would
And
agree with
so
that, Your Honor. I think that would be helpful.
I'm gonna make a referral for an out of custody for competency and criminal
Well,
responsibility.
like I said, I would like
Thank you,
a
Your Honor.
change of venue because this court has shown bias against me and in favor of Chuck. So I would like to change venue.
I don't even know who Chuck is, so it would be hard for me to show bias for somebody
Not
that
you
I don't even
particularly,
know
but this
who it
area
is.
and the police.
Hey, we know who Chuck is. Chuck is awesome. Chuck is fucking awesome.
Chuck's chilling.
How
in
dare
the
you,
chat.
Judge? Oh yeah, he is.
Police have lied. They lied to have these charges.
That
brought,
doesn't
man.
change.
And Your
Changing
Honor-
venue only takes if I change venue.
Yeah, and then
which
you didn't.
I'm
You
not.
didn't on the eviction case that we had on the 10th. You did not even allow me a trial, which was my right, and you
No,
evicted me without a
actually,
trial.
you had a 30-day notice to quit, and there was no lease. And I told you if
There
you
was a
demonstrated
lease, ma'am.
lease,
There
and
was
I
a
gave
lease.
you, and
I
I
had a
gave you.
lease, but I
And
had a
I
lease.
gave you 24 hours to bring me a proof of that lease, which you did not do. So I'm going to refer this for criminal
Ma'am,
responsibility
you
and
kicked me out of the room, and
competency.
you never
All
told me
right?
that I could present the lease, ma'am. You never told me
I
that.
told you that you could present the lease within. Listen,
You
Ms.
kicked me
Dineski,
out
bring
of
me
the
the
room.
lease today. Bring me the lease today, then.
I will email it. I don't have a
No,
right.
I don't want it emailed. I want it brought live to
Well,
the
then
court.
I'll have to mail it because I don't have a way to get there. I will have to mail it to you.
Then email it to. Then email it to the court.
And not only that, but he's the one harassing me, and he's abusing the system to harass me. I was extending my good faith efforts about the ending of our relationship and our children, and he took that, and instead of going to mediation, which is what I was asking him for, he had the police lie on a police report, which I can prove that they lied. I have the evidence, and the thing is my liberty should not be infringed upon because somebody else lied, and I can prove it. So that's why I was.
Yeah, I don't know when this hearing actually happened in the timeline of the entire story that you
Around
had.
May 2023.
All right, but you said 3,800 texts. It was 3,800, I think you said.
Hey, Chuck, how many texts did she send you? He told me, so he knows better than I do. So, Chuck,
Yeah.
how many texts did she send you, Chuck?
But she just said he is harassing her. Is what she just said.
Yes. Oh, and
it
gets better because see, there's some things that are going to come out in my next video that I realize. And Chuck, you made. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but Chuck, you made the absolute best decision of your life when you did not do something. And I'm going to make a really good point about that in the next video that comes out about her.
Oh,
no,
right
part two.
Point.
Part two has
right
not.
Point.
Yeah, it has not come out yet. I'm a little bit behind because there's some obligations I had aside from that that need to come out, and that one I got to also make sure I get all the story right and everything. It has to go through getting approved by Chuck and getting approved by somebody else, but. Regardless, part 2 is coming out. You should see that on Monday or Tuesday. And then part 3 will be on Friday. And then part 4, don't want to ruin that for you. But I got something for you special on part 4.
I'm excited.
Like
today, for today, before I do anything else, they're going to send you paperwork to get a criminal responsibility and a competency. To make sure that you understand the charges.
Yeah,
and that
but
you
if I can, but you know what? If I can prove that
your behaviors, all of your behaviors, Ms. Dineski.
What behavior? Standing up for myself.
Evidence.
Standing up for all I have done is stand up for abuse, ma'am. You guys are helping an abuser abuse a
Okay.
victim because
Well,
he has
and
friends
that's
with
your
the
opinion
police.
today, and you're entitled to
Yeah, and I
that.
have a
But I
right.
want to
I
make
have a
sure
right
that
to
Hey,
you're
do
pause it
that.
competent.
right there because I want to
So
say something.
today,
All right. Yes, Lindsay, you're absolutely right. The system has been abused to allow the abuser to continuously abuse. The only problem is I'm sorry. The victim thing, the whole I'm the victim, it doesn't work that way. You're the abuser. You're the abuser, Lindsay. You're the one that was using the system on people like me, on the FBI, on Facebook, on Twitter, YouTube. You were using that against all of us to try to silence all of us from speaking bad about you because you're a fucking moron and it's really fucking easy to speak bad about you. And I'm sure there's some self-awareness that exists there, Lindsay, where you're like, God damn, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm such a fucking goddamn crayon muncher that I better just go ahead and file a bunch of fucking legal claims to try to shut people up. But guess what? You were labeled as a vexatious litigant, so you can eat shit. You won't be using the courts anymore. You are still the abuser, but you will no longer be using the courts to help perpetuate your abuse. Fuck off, Karen.
I was gonna ask you if you've released that part yet, that she was labeled a vexatious litigant. Because I didn't want to break it if you haven't said it yet. I didn't know what part of the video project that you were gonna say.
No, that'll be in part 3.
All right. Well, team released it. I didn't say it, so I didn't break the news. But yeah, for those of you that did not see part 0 last Friday, this Karen Lindsay did sue Team Skeptic, and it was thrown out because she was labeled a vexatious litigant.
Yes.
She's on top of things. She's really good at what she's doing.
And the best part about it is it was my case. It was the one that she filed against me for making fun of her on YouTube that got her labeled as a vexatious litigant. All the other cases were brought in on mine and dismissed on mine, and the opinion is written on my case. That they even reference the other cases, the case against the FBI. They don't even list it as Dineski v. FBI. They just say the FBI case in the fucking opinion. It says Team Skeptic case, FBI case, Facebook case. They don't even list it by the proper titleage of the actual case on the docket. At this point, it's become so redundant that they just name the person that she's suing.
Yeah, I still love the fact that she sued Team Skeptic. She sued a little Lego character, so that was awesome. I just imagine your little icon showing up in court.
Yeah, and it's crazy. My name's out there on the internet. She could have put it in my name, but she didn't. She put it on Team Skeptic. She's an idiot. Okay, she's an idiot.
She's a legal scholar though. She's I don't know if you know this, but she's been studying law. All right, let's finish this first part up.
I'm going to order the competency and the criminal responsibility, and we'll go from there. Ms. Manarino, we'll let you know once she's done that. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, gotta do a quick pause for Big and Raid. I wish I saw that 1 second before I hit the play button. Big in, thank you, my friend. I appreciate the raid. You are awesome. Thank you for all the raiders. Welcome in. This is let's see if I can recap this in 10 seconds. This is the continuation of what we did on Friday, and this is the actual part 1. Friday was part 0. We're getting into the meat of the case against Chuck. Yeah. That's about it. She's as crazy as she was on Friday. You haven't really missed anything there. Hey, there's Biggin. Hold on, chat's moving too fast.
Love you too, Jacqueline. Sorry.
All right, I you're fine. I hope I recovered that quickly.
Yeah, you did.
You know what? You can confess your love to whoever you want to. I'm not going to tell you.
I love everybody in the chat. I really do. I love being around you guys. You guys are the people I want to surround myself in life. People that are smart, people that use critical thinking, people that are, pro-social people in general. I mean, we all got our faults, but you're pro-social in general. I appreciate that. And I want to surround myself with people like that. So thank you very much for being here.
Jedi wants you to type something in the chat so they can start tagging you.
My bad. Oh. All right, you can continue. I'm sorry.
I was impressed on how fast you can type. I was waiting to see if I heard like 37 backspaces, but no, there were a bunch of different sounds.
Get the paperwork, you've got to do the referral for
Yes,
that.
but if I
Michelle,
have evidence
how do
that
we
this
send
was,
her the referral for that?
so if I have
Michelle.
evidence that this.
I have to
these
check with
fraudulent-
Heather.
Okay. Your
May I say
evidence,
one
you'll
thing?
have an opportunity once we establish that you're competent.
Yes, but
Will-
why should I have to take a competency test if I can prove with my evidence that these are felonious charges, that they're
Well,
totally
because
erroneous?
of your behaviors and your antics.
What
we have
what
reason to
behaviors? I don't have any
believe-
antics, ma'am. What antics?
Mhm.
Can you give me a lawful reason why you're going to order me to do
Well,
something against my will?
all of your interruptions and your rantings make me question
not
whether or not,
rantings.
and you've made
What did I
statements
rant
about
about?
having
I
mental health
asserted my
issues.
rights. So you're
I know that you
retaliating.
have a psychiatrist. I know you have a psychiatrist, which
And
leads
that
me to
should be good
believe
enough.
that there may be some mental health issues.
No, I have
And if your
ADHD.
psychiatrist says you're good, and it's my responsibility to make sure that you're competent to proceed. And so that's what I'm
Yes,
gonna
and
do.
I have ADHD.
All right.
Very
And
well
Judge,
controlled, ma'am.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Heather,
I
the friend, we will send the paperwork to the friend.
I think I'm in the majority here. This comment might offend a few people. I am tired of people using ADHD, ADD for excuses for misbehaving. Those aren't excuses. Those have been around forever. I don't understand why all of a sudden, I have an anxiety disorder. I have ADHD, so I can't.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine how
I
many?
can't
Can you
behave
imagine how many people would get out of murder because? Sorry, I was medicated on ADHD medicine. You know what? How was I supposed to know I was about to kill that guy?
Right? Just like
Right.
it's not an excuse.
Sorry.
And I have a really hard time with PTSD because I have never experienced it. And I have so much respect for the military you served. I have so much respect that I will never comment on that. Whenever I hear someone say anything about PTSD, it's like I'm out, not going to say anything, and just leave it at that. But when people say ADHD, whatever, it's like stop. That's not a reason to misbehave. You can't use that as a crutch.
I mean, yeah, she's got a valid retardation argument, but ADHD, no.
Yeah, that would have worked if she would have said that. They would like, okay, we'll slow down. For
Yeah, yeah, right.
you. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. Also, I thought you super chatted. Super chats don't count as adding in the chat, by the way, Team Skeptic. So if you super chat and that was all you did, they wouldn't be able to add you. I don't know why that is.
I sent 2 messages. I just wanted to super chat.
No, you did.
Jeez.
No, I know. I just saw you did it, and I was just like, yeah, it doesn't count. But I know you messaged beforehand, and I will thank you properly.
Are you there? Hello? Hello? Chat? Am I by myself, chat? I am. I just turned on the audio. What up, chat? Nice to see you guys, man. Now that I got control of the show. What are we going to talk about tonight, chat? It's open season on Colin's channel. Let's fucking go. What's chat want to talk about? We probably have 30 seconds before he gets back. All right, let's see. It's the 8:30 break exactly. He's got to go take his potty break right now. All up to Team Skeptic. Ooh, Legal Fiction, Colin's 8:30 internet fund. Yes, let's go ahead and raise some money so we can get Colin internet that he doesn't have to use while ordering food at a McDonald's. Look, he got his Big Mac. He was like, "Hi, I just ordered a Big Mac. Can I get the Wi-Fi code, please?"
Oh, my chat knows every night at 8:30 for the last week. I've just been shut down. It's been a week straight. 8:30. It just stops. But yeah.
Ironically, that's also when Starbucks resets their internet nationwide. So I don't know.
Yeah, see, you don't have to tell people that though. Most people don't know that. Why would you do that to me? Is that I don't even know if that's true or not.
It's not. I made it all up.
Reno.
But it sounds like it could be true. I don't even know where we are at now. I got kicked out so fast that I don't even know where we are in the video.
Shit, I had myself muted. I was saying we're at the competency part, and you could just pick apart maybe 5 minutes in and play the video, and I'll tell you whether we need to move forward or backwards. Oh, great. Is it 8:30 again? Did we just hit a time portal? Did we just do 24 hours in 1 minute? All right, everybody. 8:30 calling internet died fund. Let's go. God. Oh man. This is fucking the amateur streaming hour for sure. For sure. Featuring Colin. Definitely not streaming. That's what his new new name is for his channel. Colin, definitely not a tech guy.
All right, so welcome to my stream.
Yeah, no, there's two Collins. I don't even know which one's the real one.
I honestly don't know. If I remove one, let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yep. Name is now Colin Def not streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome. Stream with me on Friday, just so you know. And it's happened every night since at 8:30.
You cut out again. I heard every night since at 8:30.
I said the first time this happened was when you were on stream with me on Friday, and this has happened every night since.
Yeah, you know what? I watch you a lot, and I don't think I've
Marino.
ever remembered a time when you've just dropped. I'm sure it's happened, but all right. So go ahead and start playing the video, and I'll tell you to move it forward or backwards, and I'll get us where we were. God damn it! It's the curse of Lindsay Dineski. Chuck, she knows. Chuck, she knows. She's here. That evil bitch is somewhere and fucking ruining this stream. Chuck needs to leave. I bet if Chuck leaves, she'll leave too. She only knows how to find him through his IP address. But she's not harassing him, though. Not at all. 3,800 text messages later. And the court finally said, yeah, we've had enough. I just saw the call.
Hey!
Hey, he's there.
Hey! It didn't kick me out this time. It just told me I'm slow.
Wow, it wasn't lying, but
I mean, I am, but actually, I'm fast as fuck, boy. All right, let's see. Is this gonna hold up? I'm gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna wait a minute before I try to do anything. No, I'm not. I think we're gonna be good. I'm gonna have faith.
I have shadow of a doubt proof that he has done that, and the police will not investigate it. They have refused to investigate federal felonies. He stole at least 4.
All right, what do you think? Fast forward or am I far ahead? What are we doing?
Okay. You can scan through it. Michelle's name is on the screen when we paused. Like it went from Michelle's name to the judge. So if you can find it, if you can just scroll through it to where her name is up on the screen. I think it was Michelle. Let me double check the name. Yeah, Michelle Clerk. It's on the screen when it paused. Are you there? Or oh man, did he go again? Man, oh man, this guy. I really like Colin. I don't want to talk bad about him, but he's leaving me alone. I have no choice, right? And this is why you don't leave Team Skeptic alone on your channel, because then he takes over and I have no social. I understand.
The problem
no
is it's
social
skipping in like
norms.
8-second increments.
Oh, are you there? Could you hear me talking the whole time?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
The last thing I heard you say was, "I can't hear you. Are you there?" And then there was about a 10-second period I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. You missed a lot.
It's okay. Okay, I'm just
Well,
gonna
then
play
if
it.
it's in
We're just gonna play.
Washington
We're just gonna
It was
play.
we have to
vacated.
go deal
I
with
did.
family court there.
No, we don't, because there wasn't jurisdiction, and he stole
That's too far up, but it's okay. I can explain what happened. Are you there? Put a one in
My
the
court
chat if
documents, which
this
I
is your
proved to that
favorite
judge, and she had
favorite live stream of Collins. Put a one in the chat. All right, Colin, are you back yet? Because
Put a
it
two.
keeps cutting out for me. It
Put a
keeps
two.
cutting out
Put
for
a
me real
two.
bad.
Put a 2 in the chat if Team Skeptic is awesome for hanging out, even though you're putting a 1 in the chat because it's the best stream ever.
It's the best stream ever. Put a one in the chat.
I'm just gonna play it. I'm just hitting the play button,
Hey,
and hopefully it
you're too
works.
far up. You're too far up. Go back maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay. Have we only made it through like 4 minutes of this video in a half hour?
Yeah. We only made. Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Health issues.
no, I have
And if your
ADHD.
psychiatrist says you're good, and it's my responsibility to make sure that you're competent to proceed. And so that's what I'm
Yes,
gonna
and
do.
I have ADHD,
All right.
very
And
well
Judge,
controlled, ma'am.
Yeah.
And the
for
thing is, that
Heather, the friend, we will send the paperwork to the forensic center. They will contact Miss Janeski and send her the paperwork as long as we have a good address on file. But that's where they'll send it to.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
what
you'll
I'm
reach,
saying,
because it's
ma'am-
not your psychiatrist. We have the state
yes,
psychiatrist.
ma'am, but
talk
I
to you.
should not be forced to take a mental
I
eval
note your
when excuse me, let me finish, please.
Yeah.
When I'm been asserting my rights, there's no antics. I have quoted laws to you. I have quoted my rights that I'm entitled to under the law. So I don't understand how you could see that as antics.
So anyway, Ms. Daneski, it's, you've mentioned the psychiatrist multiple times, and I just think it's everybody, and I do this has
Well,
nothing to do with you. This is
Well, I'd be
to do
happy to
with
provide you. I have a letter that I just got from
not
my therapist. I
providing
have
from
one
your
from my
psychiatrist. I
psychiatrist,
want
and
you
I have
to
a
be,
full. Can I please just can I have a chance?
well, except that your psychiatrist is not someone that is experienced
didn't
in
let me finish.
doing
I have another
competency
thing.
evaluations.
Okay, but I actually had a competency evaluation by the state of Michigan as well.
Okay.
Already.
When was
So
that?
It was 2019.
I suggest that when you get the competency that's
Or
now, that
2020.
that you take that paperwork and give that to them.
So I'm perfectly competent. I don't understand, because I'm asserting my rights, why you're retaliating against me and telling me I need a mental eval because you don't personally like the way I speak, or because I have AD. So you're discriminating against me because I have ADD. So that's part of the reason why I interrupt. And so that is actually under the ADA, you're retaliating against me because of my ADD.
It's not retaliatory.
Yes,
There's
ma'am,
nothing
it is.
retaliatory
Well, then
about
can
sending
you please
someone
give me
for a
one reason why
competency.
you're infringing on my liberty by forcing me to do
Well,
a
you
mental
can
eval?
file an appeal.
I
You have that
will.
right. I make a decision and you
the
can
police
file
are
appeals.
corrupt. The
In
police
the
who are helping
meantime,
him are corrupt.
we're done for today, and you're gonna
Okay.
get something from the forensic center, and you have to go and participate in that process. And obviously you've already done it once, so you know what it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind taking the eval. I just don't have a ride there. I don't have any way to get there. And you know,
And I'm
I'm
not so
trying
sure that they don't do them by Zoom now.
then that's fine if that's what they want to do.
Okay.
But you know, this man has made it so he's destroyed my life. And instead of them helping me, these police, they won't let me file charges against him.
And
He comes into my house when I'm sleeping.
I don't have supervisory over the police department. I don't do anything.
No, but I'm telling you that he has been violating the law and they won't help me, Judge. They won't help me. I'm the one being abused, and I have witnesses. Literally all my neighbors. I've had to have people stay with me for my own safety, and he's saying I'm harassing him. And then just please hear me out. He went to Washtenaw County. He lied about his address on the paperwork so he could go to Washtenaw County because I had a PPO against him, and his ex-girlfriend, who he tried to kill, had a PPO from before. And so he didn't want to go to court in Wayne County because of all these things. And then he started making false allegations about, I was trying to talk to him about our children. And one of our children he took, and I was worried about her. And then the other children he wouldn't support. So me having a good faith effort, and I had a reason to talk to him, would be different if I was just harassing him and threatening him. I was just saying, if you do not, take care of your children and you don't let me see our other daughter, then I will have to take legal action. That is not harassment. That's asserting my rights. And he has abused the system, and he went to Washtenaw County and he filed stuff there with no jurisdiction because he lied on his, then he should not be considered credible. And you can call the court yourself in Washtenaw County and find that out. He's the one who needs a mental eval because he has lied. He has stolen my court documents out of the mailbox. I have shadow of a doubt proof that he has done that, and the police will not investigate it. They have refused to investigate federal felonies. He stole at least 4 court documents, so I did not know.
If you can't get Van Buren Township to do it, then you should, I
Sumter.
suggest that you go to Michigan State Police and
I
make
did.
the
They said it's not
complaints
their
with them.
jurisdiction, ma'am. They said it's not their
Oh, it is their
jurisdiction. I know,
jurisdiction.
but
When there's
so-
an allegation against the local police department, Michigan State Police will get involved.
Yes, ma'am. But I tried.
So-
I have proof that I've
Or
tried
the
to call
sheriff's
them and they won't
department.
listen. So I'm telling you as a judge that the law is being broken and that your court is being used to abuse me, a victim, and nobody's listening to
You
me. So I don't
have
know
an
what to do.
opportunity. There's nothing that's happening on this case right now. It's pending still. So there's nothing that's
Yeah, but
happening
you
on
have to
this.
understand that
I am
because of this
telling
case.
you, I am
Sorry, go
telling you
ahead.
though that as long as this case pends, and obviously even for your best interest, you're better off not having any contact with them.
Well, no, here's the problem, Your Honor. With this case pending, they're not going to give me custody of my children, which that's the whole point of this.
This
He's
case should
abusing the
not,
system.
this case, I've never seen anyone with a case such as yours.
Well-
It's a telephone harassment that someone
Exactly,
wouldn't
which is
get their
why it
children
should be
back
dropped.
because of that case.
Well, he's using that, and he used it to get a PPO, a fraudulent PPO. So he's using fraudulent charges that I can easily prove that should be
Wasn't
dismissed
fraudulent.
based on the fact that there was no malicious intent.
Sorry, I just listening and I'm speaking out loud. It wasn't fraudulent. You sent him 3,800 text messages. You threatened to take his kids away from him. You threatened to take the kid he had with another woman away from him. You threatened his lawyer. You've threatened so many different people. You went ex parte to get a temporary PPO out on him just to keep him from seeing his children. He didn't do anything to deserve it. You had him removed from the home that he lived in. He had to go somewhere else and stay. He established residency the proper legal way in another county, and that's where this all started. This whole, every time she brings up Washtenaw County, this was because she went out and got a temporary PPO out on Chuck, so he had to leave the house. And so when he left the house, what he did is he fought her legally, properly, by going and establishing residency. It happened to be in another county. It wasn't his fault that he got kicked out of his house. But once he established residency in that county, he presented the evidence that he had and got an actual PPO out on her. Chuck, confirm anything I said or fix anything. If I made any slight mistakes there, again, I'm going off memory, but correct me in the chat if there's anything you want to add to that. Chuck will add it in the chat right now. But yeah, there was reason. There was a good reason. It wasn't she doesn't not have the kids because of some falsehood that was presented upon her. She doesn't have the kids because she's a fucking psychotic, narcissistic bitch, and she doesn't deserve kids. She's 0 for 5. She doesn't deserve a 6th chance.
I'm having flashbacks to our conversation from Friday when she's trying to take Chuck's, what did you say, his daughter away? That's not even hers.
It's not hers. Not even. It's Chuck's daughter with another with his previous from a previous marriage. So which is the person's home whom she went to with the brick and the 2x4. That was Chuck's ex-wife.
That also happened.
Yeah, that also happened. We showed the video last time.
Yeah. All right. Let's get through this first hearing. I know, guys, there's a lot of super chats and gifted memberships. I will get to all of you guys after this first hearing's over. I just want to get through the first hearing.
Yeah, I think this one is 4 hearings long, either 3. I think no, 3 hearings long. I'm sorry. So if you want to just pause between each one, and then we'll take a little breaker where we can acknowledge the chat and Chuck and whatnot, and then we'll come back to the next one. That would be perfect.
No, I don't mind pausing.
No, I know. I'm saying for the super chats. I'm sorry. I meant to be.
Oh yeah.
For like a big pause.
Yeah, I was letting everyone know that between clips, I will acknowledge all the super chats. But there's a lot of them, guys, and I do really appreciate you all with the super chats. I don't want to pause it for 30 minutes to try to read up on all of them in between clips, or no, during a clip. Okay, let's go.
intent and based on the fact that I had a reason to communicate with him. And so that's protected free speech.
Well, but
And so-
now
and
from
so while
today
this is-
forward, I'm telling you, you shouldn't have contact with him now, though. It's only causing
Yeah,
you
but
more
he stole,
problems.
he has my children illegally. So
But-
he won't
but
even
Ms.
tell me how the
Dineski,
children are.
I
He
mean, the
kidnapped
judge
the
that's in
children.
charge of, the judge that's in charge of deciding where the children go, that
but
judge
he-
is not gonna look favorably if you continue to have contact when you've been told not to. I'm just
Well,
giving
and
you
that's
some
fine. I
friendly
understand that,
advice.
and that's fine. I understand that. I don't want contact with him except for about our children. And right now he is illegally, he's in violation of MCL 7.0 or 7.50 parental kidnapping. He lied.
But that's not I can't do anything about that. Even if all of
The
that's
Sumter
true,
won't
I
press,
don't have
yeah, but Sumter won't
authority.
press charges against him, ma'am.
But it's in front of a judge downtown that's made a decision,
No,
I
it's not.
imagine.
No, it's not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Please listen. Please listen. I told you he filed in Washtenaw County, knowingly that he did not have jurisdiction there, and he lied about his address and put a fake address.
Well, then if it's in Washtenaw County,
it
then
was
you have to go
vacated.
deal
I
with
did.
family court there.
No, we don't, because there wasn't jurisdiction, and he stole my court documents, which I proved to that judge, and she had to vacate it. And he lied to the FBI.
Well, then if there's
which
nothing
that court-
pending right now, you need to file something in Wayne County and
And yes,
family
ma'am,
court saying that.
that's my, yes, and I'm
Okay.
doing that. But what I'm saying is that this is going to be used against me, and that's a violation of my liberty because these
Well, you
charges
haven't
are
even
wrong.
filed it yet, so it can't be
Yes, I
used against
have.
you.
Yes, I have. I have filed.
Well, you
it.
just said there was nothing in Wayne County, so you're being
No, I didn't say that. I said this. What I was,
contradictory.
no, that's not. You misunderstood me. I said what he filed was not in Wayne County.
Okay,
He
okay.
took it and
But if
went
you
to
have a Wayne
Washtenaw
County action, they'll make a decision. But I have a lot of other
But in the
cases today, and
meantime,
I
he
think
has-
I've
he has
given you more
illegally-
than enough time.
But you should be able to tell him to
No.
tell me what's going on with the kids. He took two
I
two
can't do
young
anything
children.
about the kids, Miss Dineski.
Well,
I don't
then
even
how
have
come-
jurisdiction over the children.
But the last judge said I couldn't contact him when it came to Haley.
I
And that's
said
one
that
of my
you can't have
children, too.
contact with him. I can't tell him what to do with the children. That's an issue for family court.
No, but if he's
All right,
breaking the
for
law,
today,
this is a criminal law,
we're all
ma'am.
set for today. All right, and
Okay.
you'll look for something from forensics.
Okay, thank you.
On Deborah Cripps versus Charles
All right, go ahead
Norswick
right
and
there, pause.
Lindsay Donato.
All right, so I want to address one thing. She said that he was I don't remember which MCL she quoted, but she said that he should be brought up on charges of parental kidnapping by MCL, whatever, right? Let me remind you something, Chad and Lindsay, when you watch this. It was the FBI that found you, tackled your dumbass, and took Chuck's kids from your possession and gave it to him. You're the one that should be charged with parental kidnapping. You're the one that violated MCLs. He got awarded the custody during the Washtenaw PPO. He was awarded, I think it was temporary custody of the children. It wasn't, I don't think it was permanent at that time. Chuck, you can correct me on that. But
He is. I'm bringing up his chats as he's saying them while you're talking.
you said yes, they did. What did I get? One of the things wrong in there? Just go ahead and check. Be more specific when you type, so that way we can we know which one you're talking about that I need correction. But I believe that the children were awarded to him during the Washtenaw case, and then that case got vacated, and we'll cover that in the other video. And then it was refiled in Wayne County when he reestablished in Wayne County, and they were both part of Wayne County. And then that's kind of what's leading into where we're at now. And there will be two custody hearings in my next video that comes out.
And you said that's probably going to be Monday.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
He said, okay, they didn't award him temporary custody. I didn't know if it was temporary custody because you were going through the PPO and whatnot. I didn't know if that was a permanent order or if it was just temporary while you were going through things. So I think he's saying now that it was a permanent order.
Or he had 100% custody. I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Well, he might have had custody.
Yeah, I knew he had possession of the children at the time. But when the order was given that he had full custody. But that was an order that came from the Washtenaw County Court.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna try to go through these super chats as quick as I possibly can. I don't want to get to the end of the stream and have to prolong the stream 30 minutes for reading this out. So we're gonna take a little break, and I'm gonna read through these. Skeptic, if you need to go refill, go to the bathroom. This is the time.
No, I'm gonna state something that he said. Just to get the full story out. She refused the contract with Washtenaw County. Of course, she did because she's a sovereign citizen. So they awarded him full custody. So yeah, he has full custody, not temporary. Or he had full custody, not temporary. So
All right.
thank you for clarifying, Chuck.
Chuck is awesome. I'm glad he's here to
So am
give
I.
us the
Remember,
All right.
we're experiencing this. He lived through it. So everybody keep that in mind when you're like, wow, this lady's crazy. Chuck lived through it. So
Yeah, which is why the drop in the bucket that we sent him for the beer fund was the least we could do for
it was
this for
nothing.
him. All right, guys, I'm gonna read these as fast as possible. I am sorry if you think I'm neglecting you for not giving you a little extra attention for
Hey,
the
if any of them
legal
address
fiction.
me, can I go ahead and answer it with a quick response?
Absolutely,
Okay, great.
absolutely.
Thank
Legal
you.
Fiction, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 10 new members, Legal Fiction. You are awesome. Betty, thank you so much for the 1 year. Okay, I do take an extra second for 1 year. 1 year. Thank you so much, Betty. That is awesome. I am so glad you've been a part of the channel for a year. That is awesome. You are one of the OGs. Thank you. Sparkle Poots. This is great, interesting woman you all doing together is awesome. Thank you, Sparkle. I appreciate it. Good to see you. Sobs, Crimes, and Good Times. I love saying that name. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate it. Grandma Gaga for the 2 months. Thank you, Grandma Gaga. Shirzad? 6 months. Thank you, Shirzad. I appreciate it. This is yours. I don't know who this guy is, but whoever Team Skeptic is, how is this for a comment? Does the chat approve?
If you approve, hit that like button right now. Hurry up.
There you go. There you go. MB, double team skeptic. Thank you so much, MB. I appreciate it. Very generous of you. Jacqueline, this is a great dessert for a dinner with Biggin. Yes, Biggin is awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us and thank you for the super chat. Softs, again, Sobs, Crimes, and Good Times. We can't remember. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Legal Fiction. Collins 830. Oh, now we get to the Internet Fund. Yeah. Guys, I'll explain that. I'm not going to waste time explaining why my internet wasn't upgraded today. I'll do that tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to fix it. I think I'm being cursed by Lindsay, just to be honest. But Legal Fiction, thank you. Manda Panda, thank you so much for the internet fund, for the super chat. Jen Pokey, member for 1 month. Thank you. Found me from Biggin. Thank you so much, Jen. And yes, Biggin is awesome. Need coffee, Collins McDonald's. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Carolyn, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. That is awesome. Team Skeptic Cat, your own personal cat team. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Cheshire. Loki. I'm gonna guess that means no Chuck. No Chuck Beer Fund. That's Skeptic. But the fact that the H is missing makes that mean something completely different.
The No Cuck Beer Fund. I like that.
Yeah.
Listen, look at how they want to abuse me. You see that? They say, "Oh yeah, we forced him to spend $100 extra. Let's do it again tonight." No.
Yeah. No.
Maybe,
We're not doing it.
maybe. No.
You know what? Let's do that on one of your streams where we get more people and we can send them more money. How about that?
Hey, that sounds like a challenge. We raised 374 on your stream, right?
Yeah. Well,
All right.
274. 100 was from you.
All right. You heard it, chat. You better avoid my live stream when I do it because the goal's going to be slightly higher. But it's for Chuck. It's for Chuck. So it's for a
it
good
is
cause.
for Chuck. It's absolutely for Chuck. So I don't care if you run my face to the dirt for Chuck because Ascales, thank you so much. Member for 6 months, half a year. Thank you so much, Ascales. Betty, call Internet Fund. Thank you, Betty. Rich, for the inordinate amount of aluminum flow you're going to need. Thank you so much, Rich. Rich, you are awesome. Big Bubba, Cheshire, you're coming through again. That was just a joke, man. That was just a joke because the guy didn't have a shirt on. So I always try to joke with Biggins in Biggins chat. Debbie Baker, long time no see in the chat. I talk to Debbie Baker all the time outside of the internet, in real life. But I'm glad to see you, Deborah. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're still here. But thank you
Can
so
I
much for
read this
joining us.
one? Can I read this one?
Yeah.
Team Skeptic and Colin sitting in a tree. STREAMING. Or not streaming because Colin's internet sucks. My bad. I just
I mean,
wanted
fair
to
enough.
remind
It
you
was
about
fair.
your 8:30 internet blackout.
Yeah, it was fair. It was fair. None of your business. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 10 new members. Clip Clop, member for 1 year. Thank you so much, Clip Clop. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. OG right there. Thank you so much, Clip Clop. I appreciate it. Crazy Cat for 8 months. Thank you so much, Crazy Cat. All right. Thank you all. Thank you all for everything. I really don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring you. I'm just trying to do the best show I possibly can with Team Skeptic here, and I want to do all the super chats at a specific time to keep the show moving a little bit so we have commentary at the same time. All right. You ready for the next part, Team Skeptic?
Yeah, so what we're coming up on right now is this would be the second video I covered. The third video when you consider the part 0, but the second video of my last video that I covered. And this is an eviction hearing. I don't think this is the very first eviction hearing, but this is the first of the 2 eviction hearings that I have. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Remember, guys, this was house owned by Chuck's family. They looked out for Chuck and allowed the family to stay there. Lindsay became a sovereign citizen and did her best to ruin the family. And now this is where the eviction is, to get her out of the house. Is that correct, Chuck? You can go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can wait 30 seconds, but he'll probably respond.
Yeah, no, I mean he'll respond, but we can play it while he responds and you can put it up on screen.
Oh, we have a birthday. All right, hold on. Happy birthday! Isn't that special?
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Yes.
Phil, for letting us know. I missed that. Isn't that special? Isn't that special lives about an hour from me. We always complain about the weather together, so it's nice.
And Chuck confirmed that what I just said is correct. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Yep. I see it. Okay, let's go.
That the last hearing, I had indicated that the plaintiff was entitled to possession. I asked if there was a lease. You said that there was not a lease. Ms. Dineski said there was a lease. Subsequent to that, Ms. Dineski sent documentation to the court of text messages
let me
from your
clarify
client
something else real
indicating
quick.
that there was a valid lease through September of this year.
Chat, tell Colin to pause. Oh, there you. Oh, yeah. Tell him you paused. Okay, good.
I paused. Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
I forgot to tell a certain point that is kind of relevant for here, because as we watch a lot of eviction cases, we see a lot of landlords that make claims that aren't necessarily true, like there was no lease or there was a lease and this and that, and they just it falls apart, right? So in the last one, of course, Lindsay said there was a lease. There really wasn't a lease. They were doing this as a kindness to them. But what Lindsay did is Lindsay had then told Chuck's family, the person that was the manager of the property, that she needed a something that resembled a lease so that she could submit that to get food stamps.
Okay,
so of course, I'm sorry.
You're getting okay. Never mind. Okay, I was gonna say
No.
you're jumping into the next hearing, but
No,
you're not. Okay.
No. I'm not. I'm
Nope,
not.
sorry
So
to interrupt.
she submitted that, or she asked for that lease, saying that she was going to use that lease to submit for food stamps. Whether she submitted that for food stamps or not, I don't know. But she did use that lease in this case to perpetuate, the case going on further and further. So there never was a lease. She sent something to them that resembled a lease because it was supposed to be used to get food stamps, and she used it for this. So this is why the judge is now saying Lindsay sent something in that resembled a lease. She sent something that talks about lease. So that's where we're at right now. And you're going to hear from a lawyer. This is not Chuck's lawyer. This is the property manager's lawyer. Okay, now you can continue.
Which brings me back to the conclusion that there's something in writing that your client indicated, even though it's a text message, but that constitutes, in my mind, some type of a lease, unless Ms. Dineski isn't paying rent or there's a violation of that agreement. There is something in writing that says although
Hey,
it's not
Colin,
a typical
Colin.
lease, there is a written document that says that she leases the premises through, I don't remember if it's September 1st or September 30th, whatever it is. That's a problem.
Okay, I think I have a copy, Judge, or someone copied me. I think a text message. I don't have text messages plural. But
Yeah.
this,
You got to learn to yell. You got to learn to yell.
Well, I just simply wanted you to pin Chuck's comment because it was just additional information. It just said that that it wasn't a lease. I should have clarified this. She requested the information and it was given to her over email. It wasn't a lease that was sent to her. It was just something saying they have a lease. This is when it starts. This is when it ends. And I don't know if it had the amount on it or not, but it something that generalized the lease that was sent over email. It was not a signed lease. No one ever signed anything.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I love having the background information while watching this. Like I said, I've watched this now, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. And hearing the background information really makes everything make sense.
A text message that says the lease is until whatever, blah, blah, blah.
yeah, but Judge, there is no signed lease. We don't have any signed lease by the parties.
Well, it's a determination of whether that communication from your client constitutes an agreement for a lease that through September.
Okay.
I mean, you're right. If the text had been from Ms. Dineski to your client, I would agree with you that your client didn't agree. But the text is from your client to her.
Oh,
I'm not sure what that is.
It's Mr. Beal. Mr.
Oh.
Beal, mute yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, but Judge, there
I don't know what Mr. Beal was doing. He either had this, giant chat bubble that came above his head, like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, or
Yeah.
he's not paying attention and doing something completely inappropriate. It's one
It
of
was
those
like
two things.
it was like the perfect timing, over dramatic. Oh, he was like, oh,
Yeah.
enough to make the council stop and go, what was that?
Yeah, like, wait, what? Did I say something wrong?
there's no indication of any acceptance of that.
That's to have a hearing to determine whether there is or not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, Judge. I wasn't sure, Judge, when I had filed my writ, because you had indicated at the last hearing that Ms. Dineski would have to provide that within 1 day. I didn't hear anything for.
Right, no, I know. And then she provided a bunch of documentation and then they brought it up and then, by the time I looked at it, I said, she's got, go ahead and set it for a hearing.
Oh, okay.
But my
Yes.
question to you, I guess my one question to you is, there is no allegation. She's continuing to pay rent, correct?
Well, I think my client could probably answer that, Judge, because I was approaching this as a termination, not as a non-payment. I think.
Don't jinx it, MB. Do not jinx it.
Right.
When she's quiet, it's a good thing.
Right.
Mr. Nerswick, up until one point, was paying rent, but then there was no rent being paid. So, I mean, you can ask. I have no problem with the court.
Has there been rent paid, Ms. Cripps?
The last time rent was paid was February 1st. So March.
Yes, but I did ask.
I'm sorry. Let me back up. March 1st was the last time that rent was paid. So April, May, and then tomorrow rent would be due again.
Right.
And they harassed me out of the property, so I haven't even been living there. And I tried to do a goodwill and good faith.
Well, if you're not living there, Ms. Dineski, then
I didn't want to move. I was
contesting
forced,
this.
because I was forced out. They changed the locks. They harassed me illegally, mercilessly.
Okay, no, but let me just stop you. Then you can file a separate lawsuit against her.
Which I plan on doing, but I was
Okay.
forced out of the house.
Okay,
Literally,
but
they
you're not
locked me
living
out.
there anymore, correct?
Well, I want to live there. I never wanted to leave. I tried to make an agreement to pay rent with her. She refused to communicate with me. Then they filed the eviction.
So
All right. Chuck's going through his settings. Do I need to be worried about anything that pops up on here?
No, everything has been cleared. I said this is straight from my video pretty much. So I've just taken
Right.
out silences and stuff like that. So it should be cleared. Everything that's personal information I've already either removed the whole thing or blurred it out. But there
All right,
shouldn't be
sounds
any right now though. I don't think there's anything right now.
all right, good. This is the original video you sent me last week. So
Yeah.
okay.
You want to access the premises so you can come post the bond for the 3 months rent.
I mean, I at least want to get the rest of my things at the very least, and I would
Okay.
like to.
Okay, then
I
how
would
much
like to-
how much time do you need to get the rest of your things?
Well, I'm not sure because every time I've gone back there, there's been someone there. I don't even know if my things are there or not. I need to at least go and assess what is there and see what's going on at the property because I haven't been able to go back there since that I haven't gone back since the one day that you said that the eviction would have taken place.
No. I said I was gonna give.
Thank you for saying that, Chuck. But yeah, never my intention to do it accidentally. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was making it clear that nothing was going to come up that I had to be worried about.
Yeah, I've done pretty good to make sure that anything private stayed private.
All right, good.
No, I still haven't signed the writ. I'm trying to get you to tell me.
I know, but you gave Charles a PPO against me.
I didn't give any PPO.
I got a paperwork that said that you gave him a PPO.
I don't issue PPOs, Ms. Dineski. That's not even humanly possible. I don't issue PPOs. I'm not a circuit court judge. There's the circuit court judge does the PPOs.
It must have been a fraudulent paperwork that he had.
It could be.
And I'll send that to you so you can see how fraudulent these people are and how corrupt they are. And I would like an investigation because
I don't investigate. That's not my job.
Well, the police refuse to investigate.
And I can't force they're a different branch of government. There's nothing I can do about that.
Well, it's funny because judges will order the police to do stuff like take my children unlawfully from me.
I did not have anything to do with taking your children either.
No, but the whole entire eviction and the whole entire.
Okay. Oh, I was going to say that I find it funny that throughout this and every hearing, you will hear her say the words, this court does not have the jurisdiction. This court doesn't, it's a fraudulent court. It doesn't have jurisdiction. But I wonder why she continues to say, I want you to investigate Chuck for fraud. I want you to do this. When it's her abusing the court, when it's her using the court to express her will upon someone else, that court has absolute jurisdiction. But when the court's making any ruling against her whatsoever, whether it's just denying her motion or outright ruling against her, that court doesn't have the jurisdiction of it. It lacks. It's a fraudulent court. It's not they're not real judges. She's left all these comments in my chat on my videos. So this is why I'm repeating what she's saying. All of them are fake. All this is fraudulent until she needs to use it against Chuck. Then it's real.
So once again, you're saying Sopsich cherry pick information, use them on their benefit, and then get really upset when it's used back at them?
Yes, this is the female version of Eric Martin.
Yeah.
False charges of the malicious use of the phone, which
I brought you back when you sent the text message that said that Ms. Cripps had given you access to the property.
But you also issued a fraudulent bench warrant against me when my daughter had a blood clot, and that caused the police to arrest me and take my children and give them.
I issued a bench warrant against you because you didn't appear.
I did.
And then when you did appear, I withdrew the bench warrant.
No, you did not. I was arrested falsely because of Charles.
That didn't come from me. The arrest
fraudulent. Why did I get a bench warrant when my daughter had a DVT? And I called.
I have no idea.
Well, that's what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Because of that fraudulent warrant, my children were taken away from me.
Mr. Robinson, I'm going to give her 2 weeks until June the 15th to get her stuff, and I'll sign the writ on June the 15th. So you have 2 weeks to go into the premises. Probably not, but go ahead, Mr. Nerswick.
Hey, pause it right here. Chuck, if you'd like to let us know what you said in this point of silence right here, that would.
Does Chuck want to come up?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to Chuck. He's more than welcome to. I don't mind him coming up. He's a good dude.
Yeah, if he wants to.
So
Might as well offer. We keep pausing to make sure we listen to what he says. If he wants to come up, he can. This is.
But if even if he doesn't want to come up, just put in the chat what you said here so the audience knows what this silence is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will tell you, this is. I'm going to assume that Chuck uses OBS or something similar to screen record, and it's a setting that you have to turn your mic on to record yourself, because you record what you're seeing on screen.
We'll talk about that later. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, okay. I'll stop talking about it. No. Chat. Don't pressure him to come up. I don't want you guys to do that. It's an open invite to him. If he wants to come up, Skeptic, you can get in contact with him. You have the link.
Yeah, just email me if you want to come up, Chuck, and if not, there's no pressure, man.
Yeah. Don't. But yeah, chat. Do not pressure Chuck to come up. This is probably pretty personal for him. But I will bring up his chats when he's not talking about coming up. But Chuck is silent during this, but I'm gonna let it play out. So we're just gonna listen to what he doesn't say, because I feel like we all know what he's saying.
Yeah, he follows me around and comes.
Well, but if you have a PPO, then any of her stuff is there, then she has to be able to do a civil standby to get her stuff.
Yeah, but is my stuff even there?
Yeah,
and I
she
want
has
my
to do.
children
You have to have
back,
the police
I would like to
department
have
go
my
back
children
with
back.
you.
He
But
kidnapped
when
my
I
children because of the warrant, the fraudulent warrant that you issued, and so I have a right to have you order a pickup order to get my children back because of that warrant. That
I don't even have the jurisdiction to do that.
Yes,
I thought you said you went to law school. I don't have any jurisdiction over children.
Anytime my rights are interposed, any agent of the government and I can assert my rights to any agent of the government. I can read you the case law if you would like, but because of a mistake that was made by this court, the police took my children from me and gave them to him, and he does not have custody of them. He doesn't even have a legal right established to the children because
okay, you can submit that to me and I'll look at it if you want me to sign something.
Yes, please. I would really appreciate
Defendant
that. He has kept it. I just want you to know he's kept the children away from me illegally since May 6th. He has not spoken to me about them. He has not let me see them, and they are 3 and 4, and one of them I was still nursing. So I will send you that, and I would really like.
If you're still nursing a 3-year-old, that's a different conversation.
No, that's not. If the La Leche leak says 3 years old is optimal.
I said it.
I was so hoping you said that because I want to make a comment about that so bad. I just feel like it's not my place to. So you're the resident asshole. Go ahead.
No, I'm always an asshole for good reasoning. First off, I can definitely be an asshole over the nursing till 3 years old thing, but I don't know if I'm being a proper asshole. It does seem kind of weird, but I would like to ask the ladies in the audience, because I do believe we have a large amount of like a large percentage of women that watch this channel. Colin's very fruity. I'm sure you girls like it. So I'd like to know from you, is it okay? Number one, is it okay to nurse a child till 3? I imagine when we were cave people, we probably did shit like that, but I've never seen a 3-year-old on a tit before, and I'd be weirded out by it. And number 2, what the fuck? I don't care if it's okay. Is it right? Like, are you supposed to do that as a mother? And I'm not like, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm so ignorant to this that I genuinely want to know from the female audience, is this okay?
Generally, no one's saying it's bad. Yeah.
Except for this Team Skeptic Cat says, I want to be that kid.
Jesus. Of course. We're asking the females, Team Skeptic Cat. All All right.
Hold on, I'm sending Chuck the invite. He does want to come up, but I sent him a link to watch the video, not the StreamYard link. My bad. My bad,
Yeah,
Chuck.
it's not gonna work the same. All right, I'm gonna play it when I see his link. When I see him pop up, I'll play it.
Yeah, I'm sending it right now,
It's a
Chuck.
different conversation.
So
I
I'm just
didn't
saying
make a
it's traumatic.
judgment on it, Ms.
I'm just saying
Dineski.
it's traumatic. The point is it's traumatic for the
Defendant to
children.
remove her property by June 15th with a civil standby.
Well, it was gonna take
Writ to issue on June 15th, Mr. Robinson.
it might take me a lot longer than a civil standby to get my things. And
I can't help it. He's got a PPO that I don't have anything to do with.
The
I
PPO
can't
has
tell you
your
to
name
go
on
get
it,
your
ma'am.
stuff.
I think
The
it's fraudulent.
PPO does not, Mr. Nerswick, who signed the PPO? Thank you. Thank you very much. My name's not on it, Mr. Dineski. It's Judge Triplett.
All right, I'm gonna pause it real quick just because Becca. I like Becca. Becca's here a lot, but she said it in all caps. So I just wanted to pause it for a second to make that known. Yeah, and I guess I kind of felt that way too. And but it's something I can't say, which is why I was hoping Skeptic said it. He didn't. He gave it to you guys. He passed.
Yeah,
it.
I don't have the proper equipment from the neck down to be saying anything about women doing anything with their children. I will gladly say that I'm one of the most ignorant males alive when it comes to female things, and I'm proud of it. I focus on male things because I'm male. It's what I'm good at. So I'm really dumb when it comes to female stuff. So I really genuinely wanted to know whether that was proper, improper, or truly a mother's choice.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And Maeve just came in with it isn't weird to feed your baby. Yeah, no, we're not saying it is. We're saying at 3, is it weird to breastfeed at that time? That's what we're asking.
Has Chuck joined yet?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right, I'm sure he'll get on in a second. He's probably just connecting up. Oh, there he is, right there.
Hello.
Yeah, he's here.
Yo,
I
yo.
said I have no idea as he was sitting right below you.
I was getting ready to send him another email. What up, Chuck? How you doing, brother?
What's up, guys?
Thank you for coming up here.
Yeah, I had to go find my headset so I could be a pro like you guys.
Oh man.
Oh, don't call me a pro. Do not put me in that. Do not
Oh
put
yeah,
pro in the same category as me.
You go watch one of my streams. Total professionalism.
So that thing in the court where you couldn't hear me, I could explain that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the whole time that she had a PPO against me, the police would not. She was stealing my stuff, and they were selling my stuff on Facebook Marketplace and on Craigslist. And I tried to get the police to do a civil standby for me, and they said this woman has a PPO against you. You can't go within 1,000 feet. You can't be in visual line sight of her. There's no way we can do a civil standby, which I respected, and I said, okay, that's fine, I guess. So when I got her PPO dropped and I had a PPO and I was back at my house, this judge was saying, well, just go do a civil standby and go there. And I'm like, why would you hold me accountable to the rules, but you're going to let her come here while I have a PPO against her? I'm the victim. And they were encouraging her to come there. So I was really confused, and that's one of the few times I spoke up in court, but I was genuinely confused. I thought maybe she misunderstood.
Well, if you don't mind me stepping in real quick, that actually was an error on the part of the officers the first time, because the purpose of a civil standby is to have the officers there so that it maintains civility. So that's why it should have been allowed when you were living there, for you to go. I'm sorry, it was wrong for them against you when they told you couldn't do it, because that's the purpose of them being there, is so that you can go get your things without having to worry about violence occurring between the two parties. So she should have been allowed to go get her things with the civil standby, but so should you. You should have been allowed to get your things first as well.
And that makes sense. I was just trying to understand, and that's basically where they were like, whatever, and I left it at that because I didn't want to argue with the judge because I'm not a crazy person.
Absolutely. You did the right thing. Let your lawyer talk. She asked you a question, you spoke, you answered the question, and it moved the case forward. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but that's what was in that blank there.
As far as civil standby goes, I've seen this treated differently in different courts, even in the same state. I mainly watch Michigan because I basically live in Michigan. I and some courts will say I'm not giving you a civil standby. Some will, and then it. But it's really weird that some jurisdictions require a judge's order to allow a civil standby. Some don't. Maybe it's just yeah, it just I feel like there's nothing written anywhere that says this is how a civil standby works. But I agree with Skeptic. You should have been granted that. You mean if there's a police officer there saying I'm here for this specific purpose, I'm not here to make contact with her. I'm here to get my stuff. I don't know why they wouldn't have respected that.
And I don't want to bring like men, women, like sexism into it, but it did seem at the time like a lot of it was like you're a scary man and she's this little woman. And I don't know how much of that. I mean, that's my own take on it. I don't want to disparage anybody, but like
Yeah.
I went so far. She was selling my camper, and during COVID I restored like a canned ham camper, a 1971 Prowler. Frame off rebuild. I poured my heart into it during COVID. It's pretty awesome. But she was selling it for $10,000 and she had several prospective buyers. So I took my title and I sold it for $1 to a friend of mine. And I said, I'd love you to have this. I'd rather you have it than it fall into the wrong hands. I went to the police station. I asked for a civil standby. We went there with the fella with the title signed in hand, and she ran out and barricaded herself inside the camper and caused such a disturbance that the police said, we're so sorry, but you guys got to leave. So even when I went by the rules, even when I tried to like find my own ways around things, she was such a sovsit that like the police wouldn't deal with her. And that's when I learned the crazier you are, the more you get away with. And at that point, honestly, like all of my material possessions were nothing. I was worried about the kids. I was trying to do my best to preserve what I had because I don't have much. But at that point, it all went out the window. I realized the police couldn't really help me. They weren't in a position to really help me. They said it's a civil matter, sue her, and you guys know how that would end. With a giant judgment that I'd never see a dime of and a bunch of my time wasted. So I let it all go and I focused on the kids.
Good on you.
Yeah, that was the best decision you could have done.
It was so maddening. I was so frustrated. Like, and what can you do? I mean, there's no one you can. I went to the police. I went to the courts. What else can you do in that situation?
Yeah, Skeptic, say something because I'm getting
Oh.
I'm getting more angry right now. So you don't want to hear me talk right now.
No, I was letting Chuck tell his story, man. His story needs to come out, and I can speak for him all I can do, and it's still not going to be as impactful as when he says it because he lived through it. So I was just being quiet and letting him tell his story, you know.
All right. Shall we continue, Chuck? You're more than welcome to stay on panel. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's cool. I could be the resident fact checker.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to actually suggest Chuck stay if he doesn't mind. So that way, whenever something comes up and we need to ask like a clarification, he's right here. We don't have to ask him, wait.
Nope, the kids had an ice cream party and they're all tucked in bed sleeping for school in the morning, so I'm good.
All right, then let's go.
Writ to issue June 15th. Yes, Mr. Nerswick?
That is not true at all. He's a liar.
That's fine.
I haven't been
just
there
going to give her 2 weeks, and Mr. Nerswick, she can either.
And if you want to pause real quick, I can't see the video right now, and I'm afraid to back out if I'm going to drop it. But at that point, I had asked if I could turn the webcam around because I was in the house, and she didn't have anything of any value. The house was filled, and Skeptic, you've seen the pictures, but the house was filled with trash and feces and liquor bottles and sex toys and just broken things. And there was nothing that she wanted in the house. She was only doing this to draw it out more and to displace me and the kids further. Like there was literally, like if there was one thing of value, I wouldn't have said anything. But I asked the judge, I said, I'm here, I can show you on the camera, and she didn't want to entertain any of that. And I get it, but that's what that pause was me offering to show the judge a walkthrough of the house.
All right. And yes, I'll confirm. I've seen these disgusting pictures of how she left the house. It's why I said in my video that she left the house in disrepair. Like it was one of the nastiest things I've seen. How this woman left this house. It was fucking.
And that's where my kids were. That's where I rescued my kids from. They were living in that.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together to realize that your kids were there. That's so fucking. This is why she's 0 for 5 with children and doesn't need to have a 6.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah, I've got
I don't
want to comment on that at all.
Somebody said, can we see the pictures? Do you want to show them now, or do you want to show that on when we have our conversation?
That's up to you. I mean, you could throw one out there maybe or something.
Yeah, how about
but
this? I'll throw you guys one, but all right. Let's we're gonna let you guys in on if you're here in chat, you get a little secret. Part 4 that I keep alluding to is going to be me and Chuck having a one-on-one conversation that goes into detail everything that happened. You're going to get a little bit of it now. You're going to get the court now. You're going to get the files, all of her different frivolous filings that she put out after in part 3. And part 4 is going to be a one-on-one with me and Chuck, and possibly one of I don't want to give that part out yet. Possibly somebody else. But we're definitely a one-on-one with me and Chuck, and we're going to go over all this in detail and show all the pictures. But let me send one to Colin right now. That way he can show y'all exactly what we're looking at.
All right, I'm gonna keep playing while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or she can appeal me. Those are the situations. All right, Mr. Robinson.
Just so I could clarify, you're going to hold off signing.
Yep.
I already filed the writ.
2 weeks.
So. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Everybody's all set. Bye.
Okay.
I will do that. Thank you very much.
All right.
This would probably be a good time to go over super chats. Is that the last hearing, right? That's the last one. Or is that the first one of the eviction?
That was the first of the eviction. That was the end of hearing number 2.
All right. I'm sending you a picture that I'd like you to display for everybody, please, sir.
All right. I'll check that out right after the super chats. Rich wants to hear Skeptic sing some freestyle rap.
No.
Can you freestyle?
I actually can, but I'm not about to do that right now. I'm not good, but I can. I come from that era of music. And I used to host a freestyle battle every Sunday night at a bar. So yes, I can freestyle, but no, I'm not very good.
Yeah, why would you end I'm not good, I'm not going to do that, and then keep going and saying I have the ability to do it?
Because I do have the ability to do it, and most people would probably think I'm decent, but I know actual talented people, and I don't want to take away from the art that they're able to create in their head. So absolutely, I'm not good at that craft, but I do know how to do it. Yes.
I think what you just said, you just gaslit yourself, I think is what you just did.
You can look me up. Hey,
can you gaslight yourself? I think that's what that is.
Here's a homework for the chat. If y'all want to go look at me be stupid on stage, you can go look up, search on YouTube, Red Eye District. Okay, that's the name of our group, and Green Elephant. That's where we had the freestyle battles. So if you type in Red Eye District, Green Elephant, you'll find a guy by the name of Wayne Sandridge. He's just some guy that used to film us back in the day and uploaded it all to YouTube, and nobody ever watched it. And now we're, all moving on with our lives, and it's a 15-year-old video, and it's sitting there on the internet. And y'all can go watch it if you'd like. But yes, Red Eye District, Green Elephant, there's probably 30 or 40 videos of people freestyling, and you'll see me on stage being the MC.
Well, there you go. All right. Deborah Baker, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Deborah. Indestructible Cauliflower. I love your name. I say it every time. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Team Skeptic Cat, as Queen Skeptic always says, I don't give a fuck. Love calling team. Thank you, Team Skeptic Cat.
I don't
All
give
right.
a fuck. Let's go.
I think my favorite skepticism is I said it the other day. You look like you taste colors. Stop licking the windows on the short bus. You said those like back to back in the same sentence to make it make sense. But I don't remember how you did it, but it made my day when I heard you say it.
I honestly, a lot of those insults are all freestyles. Like I write down. So when I do my videos, y'all, here's the thing. I write down a script. I know what I want to say. And then I get in the front of the camera and I say whatever the fuck I want to say. That's why sometimes I come off a little rough around the edges. Sometimes I come off like you think back and you go, damn, why did he say that? It's because I'm not thinking about it, guys. I just simply turn on the camera. I know what I want to say, and then I say something different. And it always works out for me. It's worked out for me from day one, so I'm not really going to change it.
I mean, keep doing you. It's working.
Yeah.
200,000 subscribers. You're doing it.
I think it gives an air of personability to what I'm saying because it's not written down. It's not something I'm like memorizing to repeat. It's something that I'm saying that I feel, and people can get behind that.
I agree. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it, Sparkle. You are awesome. Welcome to the 5 new members. Mama Corpse Maker with a $2 super sticker. Thank you, Mama Corpse Maker. All right, got this picture. You guys ready for this? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta open it first.
And Chuck can explain what you're looking at when the picture comes up. And we have 8 more of these too, either 7 or 8 more pictures to show you whenever we have our conversation.
This one, I thought you were going to send me a picture of like a bunch of feces on the
wall. No. I don't want to get you demonetized. So.
Oh wow,
some of those pictures. What happened? 8:30 again?
No, I'm good now.
Okay.
No, I'm good now. It's just when I was loading the picture, I think my connection to StreamYard just kind of glitched for a second, so I was behind.
Yeah, there were 2 of them that were really good to show you. Or there were really about 6 of them are really good, but I want to make sure that it's not going to get you in any terms of service trouble.
Yeah. All right. Wait a second. Oh, here it goes. Here we are. Can you guys see it?
Chuck, feel free to explain the state of the house from the perspective of this picture.
That was Haley's room, who was with me. So that room was unoccupied, and apparently it looked like the husband and wife team may have been staying in there. There was like beer bottles in the closet and Adderall bottles laying all over in the rubble. And
hey, Chuck, I guess it would be pretty pertinent to explain what you mean by the married couple that she moved in.
Oh man, well, can I say their names? Like they're whatever.
Nah, that's not, if it's even remotely that's so unimportant to the story.
Yeah, what they did is she met them on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell some stuff, and apparently they fell in love in my backyard and started a 3-way. She was their unicorn, and they immediately moved into my house. They told her that they had mold in their house and that it was being fixed, but in reality, I did a deep dive on these 2 people. They come from Florida. He was a tow truck driver. They worked at like used car lots and stuff. And I found this lady on Facebook who actually wrote this like 10-paragraph warning because she was trying to warn people of these people. They were like grifters, scam artists. They would con young women into like sexual relationships with them as their married couple. They made it to Michigan. They met her on Facebook Marketplace. They came to my house. They fell in love with her in the backyard, and they all moved in and started living happily ever after about 3 weeks after she took the PPO out on me and stopped me from going to my house. So I don't know for a fact that they were the ones living in that room, but someone was living in there. There was like definitely signs that someone had been camping out in there. And yeah, that was my beautiful, at the time, 8-year-old daughter's bedroom when we got back, her Nintendo Switch was gone, her iPad was gone, all of her electronics were gone. Her piggy bank had been broken, and all the money in her piggy bank was gone. She wasn't too worried because her baby blanket was still there, and that's the only thing she cared about. And she cried when I brought her back her baby blanket. She didn't care about all of her other toys, any of her electronics. She was so happy to have her baby blanket back out of that atrocious human filth pile that you're looking at there.
Yeah, that's fucked up. And just to think that she's actually, through all of this, she's fighting you to bring the kids back to this.
Yeah, or
Like,
whatever.
at this point, just give up. Stop even trying to be a parent. Just go create your own dumpster and live in the rubble.
And that's where we're at.
Not you. I'm talking about her.
No, I'm saying that's where the story is now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So you want to play that last hearing?
Next is
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. Before we do that, Chuck, do you have anything else you want to add? Like, I didn't mean to immediately say, okay, stop talking, Chuck, so we can get.
No. I'll shut up. I'm good at that.
No, you're good. You're good.
I spent 5 years barely getting a word in edgewise, so I'm pretty good at sitting in the back seat here.
Oh man, I could only imagine.
I want to hear you more than I hear Team Skeptic right now. So if you have something to say,
if I was you,
just tell me to pause.
If I was you, Chuck, I would have been like praying to God, asking him to bless you with tinnitus at that point.
Yeah. I was working a lot of overtime. I'll put it like that.
Well, that's fucked up, man. Still, it's fucked up that you had to go through it, though. So.
It is. All right. Let's keep going.
Cripps versus Nerswick and Dineski.
Thank you. Good morning, Judge Steve.
All right, this is an important part of this video, and because this is when it came home to me. This is Judge fucking Oakley. Everyone on my channel in my community knows who Judge Oakley is, and this brought this home when I saw Judge Oakley interacting with this psycho. I just wanted to say that. Okay, let's go.
Robinson appeared on behalf of Paula Cripps. Good morning, Mr. Robinson. Ms. Dineski, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and do we have a Mr. Nerswick as well? All right, thank you. Activate your camera if you've got it, Mr. Nerswick. If you don't worry about it. Mr. Robinson, what are we doing? Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with both Mr. Nerswick and Ms. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Ms. Dineski. Mr. Nerswick is in agreement. This is a termination of tenancy, Judge. It's not a non-payment. Ms. Dineski has indicated to me that she's filing a motion for change of venue due to wrongful prosecution. Not quite sure the substance of that, Judge, or how it relates to our particular case. Like I said, this is done pursuant to a 30-day notice to quit back in February, and that's where we're at, Judge. Mr. Dineski, explain to me what your motion is going to be about.
Well, I wanted to ask for a change of venue due to there's other proceedings in this court where I have been mistreated and maliciously prosecuted. They have shown bias against me and in favor of Charles Nerswick and the Van Buren police who have in violation of. And it's this eviction. Well, up until the point where it became before this court, it was just the Van Buren police and Charles Nerswick, and I would say also Miss Cripps because he's related to her. They're cousins, and he attacked me, and I kicked him out.
You're getting off track.
I'm actually this is retaliation. The eviction itself is retaliation.
Okay. Well, that's all right. Well, you're not going to get a change of venue because
we saw the damn picture. No, it's not retaliation. Stop. Sorry, I had to.
You think it's a retaliatory eviction?
but then things have happened since then where the court has entertained malicious and frivolous charges against me that don't even have jurisdictional basis or standing at all to be brought, and they've issued a fraudulent warrant for my arrest, and they have sent the police to my house to harass me multiple times, and I just don't feel that you seem like a very
That's enough. That's enough. All right, Mr. Robinson, we'll spin this off to one of the other judges and the lady can file a motion.
Well, it's not you that I have a problem with, it's the other judges, sir.
No, but Mr. Robinson law partner is my wife, so that wouldn't be appropriate for me to hear this.
Oh, I see. Well, I think it should be in a different venue because the other judges.
Well, you'll have to file a motion for that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to say, if you believe that you could be impartial, because so far I've watched several of your cases, you do seem like a good impartial judge, and as long as you can assure me of that, then I would be happy to proceed. I just wanted you to know my concerns, because I definitely feel like the other judges in this court have maliciously prosecuted me unfairly, and one of them issued an unlawful warrant, which I will be suing the court for.
You know why he's a good judge? And that's what you gather from him? It's because he is a good judge. And because he's a good judge, he's not going to hear your case.
Yeah,
Stop talking.
I wanted to point that out, and I'd written it down as it happened because I wanted to make a note of this. So you'll see that she's like, you're an impartial judge. I know. And as long as you'll be impartial, well, what she really means is as long as you rule in my favor. Because if you don't, then you're clearly not being impartial, and I will sue you. And that's what she is doing. She doesn't, all of the judges have been impartial. The first judge, Tina Brooks Green, I think is her full name, right? Is it Judge Tina Brooks Green? Yeah, I think, okay. She let her talk forever. That is the definition of impartiality. She is letting her get her say in. There is no bias. There's nothing stopping her other than needing to move the proceedings forward. That's the only thing that's keeping her from rambling on and on. Nobody's stopping her. Judge Oakley's impartiality does not mean that you're going to win, even if you're convinced you're in the right, because she's convinced she's in the right. Therefore, only an impartial judge would find her in the right. Every other judge is violating her constitutional rights. And that's why, like, to me, I hear that and I'm like, yeah, he's an impartial judge. He's fair. He's strict. And he goes by what the rule of law is. He'll even entertain the spirit of law and everything. The rule of law to the spirit of law, Lindsay, is against you. It's against you because of your actions, not because the world's against you, but because you've put yourself in a position to be antisocial to the point that society wants to shit on you, like me. Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah, we're going to find out here. So Judge Oakley just said that a partner in whatever law firm that is against her is his wife. So he's like, I absolutely can't do this because we talk. I'm a judge. She's a lawyer. We talk. There's no way.
The law firm is literally called Oakley and Robinson. That's the name of the law firm.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and like it's just why? Like she wants to keep it in his court. Like just stop. Like he's not going to hear your case. Like there's no way possible that's going to happen. The second that his wife says, "Oh, I had that Lindsay chick in my court today," it's over. Like he's like, "Okay, well, I got to withdraw now. Just end it now. Just don't even do it." And she doesn't respect. This is coming up in a second, but she doesn't even respect the fact that he's saying like, "Okay, I appreciate you saying that, but I'm out." She keeps pushing him. No, I want you. I want you.
And that's the other thing, right? So let's say Judge Oakley goes, "Okay, I'm going to stay on," and rules against her. What's her next recourse of action? Of course, there was bias because the judge's wife is the defense lawyer's law partner. So see, for her, and this is going to come up in the next video because I'm telling you, Chuck, you did something that was so smart. You almost did some jail time, buddy. Like she tried to set you up is what I should say. You didn't almost do shit because you were smart enough to recognize what she was doing. And whether you did it consciously or subconsciously, you made the right decision. And I'm going to bring that up in the next video.
Yeah, if I hadn't been careful, I very easily, if I wasn't smart, I could have been in a lot of trouble for all the things she said.
So here, I'll go ahead and it's not going to ruin the video that's coming out, but I want to tell you what you did that was smart, because other people should listen to this, because this happens all the time. We see it all the time. You have a domestic violence case, right? Regardless of the innocence or guilt of anybody, there's a domestic violence case and a no contact order put out. PPOs have no contact in them. Temporary PPOs, same thing, no contact. So when she openly admits that after having the no contact order with you, she then emailed or texted you and your lawyer to try to allow you to come see your kids. Do you know what would have happened if you'd have gone and seen your kids, Chuck?
Worst case scenario, I would have been physically harmed.
No,
Best case scenario, I'd go to jail.
Go to jail, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'd go to jail. That was a complete setup she was trying to get on you. She invited you to come see your kids because she wanted to set you up, and you didn't even respond to her. And that was the smartest fucking thing you could have done. And I'm so glad that you're not sitting in jail, because this woman tried to use your kids to get you put in jail. That would have been fucked up. So good,
And the hardest thing I've ever done, if I can say that being silent, not responding while I was being taunted, like that's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. So good, but good for you for not showing up, not even answering.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you.
Chuck, you're awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming up on panel.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
I appreciate your assessment of my character, but it would really be a bad idea for me to hear a case that my bed partner, her law partner, is on the other side of the case.
That's understood, sir.
That's not smart for me.
And I appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor. You are definitely an honorable judge in my eyes.
Thank you. So you'll be able to file your motions in front of whatever Judge Martin or Judge Green this ends up in front of, and they'll hear your motion. If Mr. Robinson wants to argue against it, they'll hear both sides and they'll make a decision. Understood?
Are you able to dismiss an unlawful warrant in this court that didn't have jurisdiction? Because my liberty right now is being infringed upon by this court. And I can't even leave my home because they have the police watching my house for something I didn't do. That.
All right, I'm gonna rephrase her question. Do you have the ability to discharge an unlawful warrant that didn't happen in this court? No.
Yeah, the short answer is no.
Yeah, it didn't happen in his court. He didn't issue the warrant. Hey, Judge Slavin, I know we're friends. I have a warrant in Florida. Can you do something about that for me? No. You're an idiot. Why would you even ask a judge that has nothing to do with your case? I mean, you're in front of him now because he was assigned to it. He's withdrawing. And you're asking him to do things after he said he's withdrawing. Like, for being a so-called law scholar or studying the law, she's an idiot. Sorry, had to.
Ding.
Let me answer it this way. If one of the other judges in my building made a decision, I can't rule on an appeal to that. You can't appeal.
Not an appeal, but I'm attacking the judgment based on the fact that
you've interrupted me 4 times. 4 times you've interrupted me. I'm not putting up with a fifth. I'll just remove you from the meeting. You've asked me a question. I'm attempting to answer it. If you want me to answer it, you have to be quiet.
Yes, sir.
If Judge Green or Judge Martin issue a warrant and you think that decision is wrong, you cannot appeal their decision to me because we're all on the same level as district court judges. If you want to appeal a decision made by a district court judge, you have to take it to the circuit court.
Yes, sir. I'm not asking for an appeal. Let me clarify. I'm attacking a judgment, and there's Supreme Court rulings that say that I can attack a fraudulent judgment or a judgment base that doesn't have jurisdiction in any court at any time.
Okay.
So I'm proper as long as I'm properly before the court. So that's why I was asking because it's a void judgment
before the court. You're asking me to make a decision on a case that's not mine. So I can't do that.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Judge, may I interject? So I'm making a note in the file that this case will be blind draw to one of the other judges. I would suggest that you file your motion as soon as you can so we don't have to let too much time languish on the file.
Judge, yes, Your Honor.
Judge, if I may,
make a request for an expedited hearing date, and without trying to poison the well, there's been several police runs to this residence. There have been people that have moved in. There's been removal of personal property. There's been, we're not allowed on the property to make maintenance or lawn mowing or other matters. So it's really become quite problematic, Judge. So.
Yes, but I'm responsible for the lawn maintenance, so there's no need for that.
Okay.
And I've only sold my own personal property and no.
All right, she's responsible. You heard her. She is responsible for the lawn maintenance. Whoever is in the county, go cite her for lawn maintenance because you have the ability to do that. She's just said on the record she's responsible for it. I'm guessing the yard was total shit, is what I'm guessing. Is why the attorney just said that.
Yeah, actually, one of my neighbors is in the comments on Skeptic's video, and he was commenting about how horrible the neighborhood was while she was there and how the grass was 2 feet tall and there was trash everywhere and police there all the time and how they were all, I think he said prisoners in our own homes was verbatim.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that picture you sent me so I can actually read that one out. It was left on my last video. Let's see.
And shout out to that unknown neighbor. Much love. If you see me outside, shake my hand. We'll have a beer.
Are you living there now at that residence?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All the address of the residences have been taken out of anything we show you guys, so we're not going to dox him by doing this. But I do want to read this message. This was a comment that was left on my video about Lindsay Dineski, and it goes like this. It says, I live near this property and remember the constant police runs to this house. The house belonged to a really nice man, Mr. Cripps, who passed away and his kids took over the house. My understanding is that Chuck was the man's nephew and the family wanted to help Chuck and his family live in a beautiful home. The chaos that happened while she was there was terrifying for everyone. Altercations with neighbors, an elderly neighbor severely injured because of her, where she fell off the porch and hit his head. And the way she trashed the property would have made old man Cripps spin in his grave as he loved and maintained that property. Others have shared that know the family, that she destroyed the inside of the house, trash everywhere, new floors damaged, windows and doors broke, shattered. She would request maintenance, but then would refuse contractors on the property, told the landlord she would be sued and was seeking the death penalty against her, not to mention the random people she had living there. Our peaceful neighborhood was turned into a war zone. The grass was over 2 foot tall. Trash was all over the yard, and us neighbors became prisoners in our own homes during this time. So happy to see a nice family is now living there, and our peaceful neighborhood has been restored. So good for you guys.
Wow.
And coming from a neighbor, how is it that coming from a neighbor, she knows about death penalty threats, which is a threat that Lindsay tosses around as if, the death penalty, like millions of people face the death penalty a year because they just speeding ticket, death penalty.
Death penalty.
You sneezed in public, death penalty.
Off with their heads. Off with their heads.
Your dog pooped on my yard. Oh, that's trespass on my digital property. Death penalty.
I don't know if you guys know this. Lone Wolf Usel. He covered a sovereign citizen from Judge Middleton's court over a year ago, and the guy sent him a lawsuit threatening him with attempted murder because Lone Wolf called him a sovereign citizen. So yeah, these people apparently this is in the Black's Law Dictionary. I don't know where they get this from.
Now, hey, before we go to the next hearing, I want to ask Chuck 2 questions from the audience, which are really good questions, actually. One was asked much earlier, and it said, excuse me, was Lindsay always like this? Or when did she change?
It is a good question because I've seen a lot of comments that are like, why would you be with such a crazy person and things like that? But it wasn't like that. At least I don't think it was like that. She had been married and had 3 kids with her ex-husband. She lost custody during that because she acted the way that she does in the videos that we're watching. That was in South Carolina. When she lost custody of those kids, like 2019-ish, in the middle of 2019, she said it was all her lawyer's fault, that lawyers are stupid, that they're beholden to the crown. and that, I don't know, a bunch of weird mumbo jumbo, but basically she started down the sovereign citizen rabbit hole in 2019. The pandemic came, the anti-masks, the anti-vax, all that stuff. She was in the house all day, and it was a slippery slope that I watched happen in real time. She had political opinions before. She, wasn't like that, but I guess the seeds were probably there that I didn't really notice, or those red flags I didn't notice, but it was a very quick downward spiral from 2019 to 2020. And by that time, we had our first kid April 20th of 2020. And then 3 months later, she was pregnant again, and we had another child April 21st of 2021. So at that time, I had 2 little babies and a woman that was going insane, and I tried to keep my family together. I tried to make excuses, and it just got so bad that I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate to hear. And it's nice to ask that question, because I don't think we're going to actually cover that in the 2 videos that I cover on court videos. So it's good to give that kind of background.
I mean, people think I met her in the grocery store ripping apart a box of Cocoa Puffs, going crazy in the aisle, and I put her on my arm and took her home. Like, the first time I met her, she was wearing an apron cooking a homemade pot of soup, while the 2 daughters that she still had custody of at that time were doing book reports that she was homeschooling them. Like, the first time I went to her house, it was like a picture out of Better Homes and Gardens or something, and I was fooled. I was blinded.
Well, the second question I had comes from one of my favorite people, Jane Doe. I got to find it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Does she have a problem with women in positions of authority? Because she acted completely different with Judge Oakley, and she did. She acted so subservient to Judge Oakley, where she acted obnoxious to every female judge that is in the videos I cover.
I can't really answer that. I don't know. It seemed like it to me, but I don't really have the experience to speak on that, honestly.
Fair enough.
All right, before we jump any further, Pegleg asked me a question, so I want to answer it real quick. Yes, the answer is yes. He's referring to what I said about Lone Wolf. That was the lawsuit that Lone Wolf received in the video that he did. Lone Wolf waited a year to put that video out, but he sent me the actual email that the sovereign citizen sent him, and it was hilarious. I sent it to Debbie Davis, and I said, please comment on this so I can make a video. And she said, no, I am running for the prosecutor right now. I am not gonna do this because there's a huge story behind it. But I was like, all right, if she's not gonna comment on it, all I'm gonna be doing is commenting on someone else's their video. So Lone Wolf finally put the video out, which I'm glad he did. But yes, that is it. Okay, sorry, I wanted to respond to him real quick. That had nothing to do with what you guys were talking about, though. All right, you guys ready to go on?
Absolutely.
Ma'am, you gotta
So
be
this
quiet.
is not
just stop
true.
talking, Mr. Nesky. Mr. Nesky.
Well,
quit
he's
talking.
making false statements against me.
All right, goodbye.
People versus Lindsay.
We paused it at a great time. We could have waited 5 seconds, and
right,
we could have seen Judge Oakley hang up on her. Okay, goodbye. I get excited when judges hang up on people. I really do. I
do
don't
too.
know why. Sometimes I don't think that he should hang up on them. Like, they're just asked a question, you didn't like it, so you hung up on them. I've had that feeling before, but it still gets me excited. I'm like, judge just hung up on you. I don't know why. It makes me
Every time I see it, I think, and he's gone.
what was that, South Park? Oh, and your money's gone.
Yeah.
All right. In between clips, there's not a ton of super chats, so Chris sent a gifted membership. Thank you so much, Chris. Chris was prepping this epic question, and he's asking you, Team Skeptic. He's asking you this. He added you. You
All right,
wanted to
all right.
respond.
Please ask Colin why he was bragging about going shopping in his Daisy Dukes. And oh my God, did you really? You nasty fuck.
Yeah, I
And no
did.
shirt over on Biggin's channels earlier. We were still pondering this. Why the hell would you do something like that? Biggin's a good guy. We're trying to get his channel deleted from the internet.
Oh, so Chris said something about this. Actually, it might not have been Chris. It might have been Cheshire Cat or someone that was in the chat. Biggin was playing a video that the cop just said, "Where the fuck is your shirt?" Like, but the way that the cop asked him the question, I found it hilarious. Like, it was just like he was just so confused. Like, why don't you have a shirt on? And it was just that kind of question. So I typed in and was like, oh, this is a question I get all the time. Why don't you have a shirt on? Why are you wearing Dukes? You're at the grocery store. I thought it was funny, and apparently
Well,
it's become a thing.
I've streamed with a mankini on before. So
I believe it. I believe it.
on Halloween, there's a story behind it. It's kind of fucked up and funny at the same time.
All right, we'll get to that story a different time. We got to make it through this video though. Unless you want to tell it. You know what? I'm sure the chat would love to hear it if you want to tell.
First off, let me ask this. Anybody here remember my Halloween stream when I wore the mankini? Let's see if there are any fans in here that it was something very, very interesting happened in the middle of the stream.
Someone just say yes. Someone just say yes. See, I absolutely remember it.
Well, what happened is it was Halloween. I did like this goal. If you hit a certain number, the next stream I'll do it in a mankini on live stream. So they hit the number. Yeah, I hate my chat. If I set a goal, they hit that shit in 5 minutes. If I could literally say, okay, chat, $100,000 chat right now. If you can raise $100,000, I'll wear a mankini. It'll take them 7 minutes. It'll be $100,000. I'm like, God damn, I can't challenge them to nothing. So I challenged them. They won. I lost. I ordered a mankini on Amazon. It was supposed to be there on October 31st, and it didn't arrive on time. So I ran to the party store, got me a Borat mankini, came back home, threw the mankini on, did my stream. Now, I'm not a kid, okay? I'm not a child. I don't think what goes on during Halloween. So I get a knock at the door, and I go to answer my door thinking it's Amazon. I'm thinking it's Amazon dropping shit off, right? I'm like, oh, the mankini got here. I was on stream when this happened. I was like, oh, I gotta go back. I'll be right back. Run down there. Nope. There's a couple of kids knocking on my door for candy.
They got the wrong kind of candy that night.
I opened the door, and of course, I wouldn't have answered it for the Amazon guy, just like balls out and everything. So I was behind the door, but you could tell what I was wearing. I had no shirt on. I just had on like the mankini. You could see like from my shoulders down to like my belly button. I was leaning out across the door, and there were kids there, and I looked up, and their parents were behind them, and I just looked at them. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a live stream right now. And I shut the door. And I went back to just right back to streaming, like, my bad. And then I turned my front porch light off because I realized
parents put up reports on you.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what this weird fuck is doing.
So I turned my lights off and locked my door. I haven't gone outside since like 3 years now, 3.5 years. But it was just so fun because I was so ignorant to it. I was like, what? Like, what happened? Like, oh, Amazon. Oh, yes, let's go. And I went over there. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I looked up at the parents. I go, I'm sorry. I'm live streaming right now. Just shut the door.
OnlyFans. You have a secret OnlyFans account. That's why
I mean,
one's seen this video.
I should have been more specific. I should have said, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I'm currently in the middle of a live stream completing a challenge that my audience put me through. But that wasn't going to come out. It was just a couple of kids with their parents standing right by. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm in the middle of a live stream right now. And shut the door.
Those kids would have went home like, oh, I can own a house. All I have to do is dress up as Borat for Halloween.
Man, I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so dumb right now. I can't believe I didn't even think that it's Halloween. That it might be some kids there trying to get candy and not an Amazon driver dropping off my second mankini that I have now.
I mean, at least you now have a wardrobe change. All
Wow.
right, that was a fun interim. So let's keep going. You guys ready? I didn't hear yes, so I'm just gonna go.
Oh yeah.
Janowski.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Dineski. Do we have Mr. Jadala on here? My understanding is you spoke to Mr. Jadala and that you're asking for an adjournment. You're asking for discovery and an adjournment. Is that correct?
Well, I'm asking for it to be dismissed first and foremost because there's no crime. I went to a house where my children were being held illegally and I knocked on the door. So I don't understand how that could be considered malicious destruction of property. And I do not believe that there's enough evidence for there to be any charges whatsoever against me for malicious destruction of property.
Okay.
Especially since there was no malice and I went there
it's
to
only
retrieve
set
my
for a
children.
pre-trial today, and I know you're versed in the law, Ms. Dineski, so you understand that at this point, I can't entertain a motion to
Oh, they match. You and Beaver Zero match? That is so cute. That is adorable. You guys should collab on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Brainy Beaver also did a mankini stream. I forgot that he had done that.
dismiss. It's just set for a pre-trial today. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but if there's no evidence, there still has to be evidence.
Ms. Dineski, Mr. Jadala wants to speak on your behalf. Please let him.
Your Honor, I've spoken to Ms. Dineski, and I understand that she wishes to proceed representing herself. What I've advised her, I would ask the court to do, is she's respectfully requesting discovery. She doesn't have an address. She'd like the discovery to be available to her at the court so she could pick her up. And I told her after a review of discovery, she may file a motion to dismiss, present it to the court, and you could rule at that time. She understands
and that's
that
what
process.
I'm doing, but I wanted to just say that I had the intentions of wanting it to be dismissed.
No, I understand that. Mr. Young, can you produce the discovery at the court within the next couple of weeks or whatever?
You want me to do it at the court?
Yeah, she doesn't have an address, so. Or if you have an email, you can email it. You can upload and email it to her.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need the body cam footage. I'm going to need all the phone calls from Sumter Police. I need all the police reports from Sumter Police because I've made several police reports that they ignored of these people harassing me and attacking me and doing
Well, the
lots of
discovery
unlawful
in
things.
this case, Ms. Dineski, the discovery in this case is limited to this case.
Well,
it's not discovery of everything. It's
yes,
limited to discovery.
I'm asking, yes, excuse me, ma'am. I'm asking for
I'm
discovery.
speaking, and it's my courtroom, and you know how I am, Ms. Dineski.
No, this is the people's courtroom,
I
ma'am.
will mute you and not allow you to speak. I'm in control of the administration of being able to control my docket, and I will remove you if you try to talk over me.
Well, you were
So what
talking
I
over me. I was not
explained to
finished
you-
talking, and the other
yes, you are
evidence
finished
is
talking. Ms. Dineski,
the
you're
other
finished talking. Ms. Dineski, if you unmute yourself again and try to speak over me, I will remove you. I'm just telling you. Now listen to me. I'm only requiring Mr. Young to produce whatever the people have in this case. That's what discovery is. It's documentation or evidence that's going to be used in this case. And if he doesn't produce something and he tries to use it at trial, then that's a violation of the rules of discovery. So whatever documents, I don't know what Mr. Young is going to try to use at trial in this case. Mr. Young, do you know enough about it to tell me whether or not it's just testimony of witnesses or whatever it is?
I don't. Police reports for sure. I don't know if there's any body cam or not. And I have some information from those who suffered as a result of this incident. So I will have probably those documents and that information, and that's it.
Well, my point was in saying the other evidence that I'm talking about shows that this is a case of malicious prosecution by the police in Sumter and by the people who are filing the charges. So that evidence would be relevant to this case because it shows that they were actually maliciously destroying my property. They kidnapped my children.
Well,
They
if you have
were
specific
attacking me.
police reports that you want, Ms. Dineski, you have to list out what days you made a report or whatever it is.
Well, wouldn't
Do you
it
know what
just
I
be
mean? The
easier to
prosecution
say?
only knows, Mr. Young only knows about whatever police report from the date of May the 8th.
And
He's not going to know
get
if
that,
you
but
call
wouldn't it?
the police on May the 1st, Mr. Young's not necessarily going to know that, and he's not going to use that. So it's up to you to get from the police department any police reports that you file.
Your Honor, she has every right to FOIA that information as long as it's unrelated to the charges before the court. Now, I will give her the discovery as it relates to all those matters.
Yeah.
But if she wants to go back in time, back into the Wayback Machine, that's fine, but she has to file the FOIA request and obtain it that way. It's not really a matter of discovery. I'm not using it.
I thought I could request discovery for my side as well.
As her defense. I mean, she's entitled to documentation
And if
for her defense, but she has to connect it to the date in question. It has to be directly correlated to the May 8th incident.
Here's what I'm
Well, if I'm claiming malicious prosecution.
Go ahead, Mr. Young.
I don't have a problem looking and trying to get copies of reports and seeing what I can print, but what I'm concerned about is that I may not hit everything because I'm not going to sit over in the police department for all afternoon trying to figure all this out. I'll go there and I'll try to get some reports, and I don't want to come back that somehow I'm withholding evidence. It's much easier to say, I'll give you the stuff as it relates to this, but I will represent to the court that I will see what other reports I can get.
And if she has any other specific dates, you can look at those dates. Do you know what I'm saying?
Can't you do it by address and name? You should be able to pull up an address and get, because that's how I did it through Van Buren, but Sumter won't.
Judge, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the discovery for this case unless I get an order otherwise, and the order's got to specifically say what you want me to do. I'm not, see, this is my point. We're going to go around and around and around like at a carnival, and where we land, nobody knows. I will produce the evidence, the documents, the discovery as it relates to this case 1 week from today. I'll leave it at the front desk. Anything else has got to come to me in an order.
Okay.
Like, that's what I'm asking for, is for the judge to issue a subpoena to Sumter because they are maliciously prosecuting me and they will not cooperate with anything that I ask.
In the first place, I'm not going to issue a subpoena. If there are specific dates, Ms. Dineski, you can give us the specific dates, or you can go to Sumter Township and FOIA for those specific dates for documentation.
Well, every time I go there, they refuse to help me.
Then Ms. Dineski, tell me.
That's why I'm asking the court.
Sure, give me what dates. Give me what dates besides the May 8th date, which he's going to give you. Give me the other dates that you need a police report for.
There's probably between 15 and 20 different dates because that's how bad the
Give me the dates.
Well, I'll have to, I mean, I'd have to email them because I don't have them off the top of my head. I have to go and look at all the times I called there.
That's not how it works. You can't email the
Well, that's why I said if you just ask. I just don't have the date. I mean, if you want to wait, I can look them up, but it might take quite a while. I didn't want to keep you from the other things you have to do, and you should be able to request it
for the day, Ms. Dineski. We'll wait.
Okay.
So if you want to put together the 10 dates or whatever,
I'm pretty sure. What I'm saying is it could save everyone a lot of time if we just address, because they can look it up specifically by address, and you can just literally. I
don't know if they can or not. I don't know anything about their system. I don't know if they can look it up by your name or the address or not. They're not Van Buren. Just because Van Buren does something one way does not mean that Sumter does it that way.
I mean, that's kind of the same procedure at all police stations.
It doesn't. I don't know whether they keep their documentations that way. I want from you specific dates, so I'll wait. So go ahead and give me the specific dates. You're the only case that I have left this morning, so we can wait. Go ahead and I'll put you on hold. Let me know when you got the list. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Just hang out. Yeah, Mr. Young, we're just going to wait for her list if there are specific dates. If not, it is just for the 8th.
just spoke to Detective Salagen. There were 2 officers that responded on this date. I'll get the body cam, chest cam from each officer. I'll have that in the next couple of days. I understand there's also a tape that was submitted to the Sumter Township Police Department from the victims that provides some additional information. He's downloading that. So there'll be 3 tapes. I don't know how many reports. I'm assuming 1, but there might be a supplemental report. And 1 week from today, by 10 a.m., I will leave it at the front desk.
Okay, but hang out until I get if there are any other specific dates, if you have police reports on those dates or not. But let's just wait for a minute.
Okay. I can't wait forever, but I mean.
Oh yeah, you can't wait forever. All right, this is a good time to pause. We let it run for about 10 minutes. You got to pause it every like 10 minutes or so. So the creator of this video doesn't try to copyright strike me. I think that might be
Damn
true.
right. Actually,
So,
I have Chuck do it.
Yeah.
I'm not about to look like an asshole. I'll just have Chuck do it for me.
Yeah. that would be a funny rebuttal to YouTube. The creator was on my panel.
Yeah.
How are you? What are you doing? That would be funny.
Hey, Colin, I'm sending you a
yeah.
link to a live stream of mine, but I don't want you to play it now. We're going to play it at the end because Jane Doe and probably most of the people in chat do not remember the time that I had a industrial fog machine tied to my super chats. And so people abused it and I couldn't set it up so that it would properly do like 1 second for $1. It did 20 seconds for any amount that you put in. So people would send in like $1 nonstop and it filled my entire house. I just want to play it at the end of this video. So I'm sending it to you now to remind Jane Doe what she missed. Because she said she doesn't remember it. So I'm gonna let her see what she missed.
I think that might have been one of the first nights I watched you. Like actually watched a live stream because I remember that night where we couldn't see you and everyone was laughing in chat and I was like, why is this guy so great? He's got 1,000 people here. Well, what is going on? You're sitting there coughing because I was like, what is going on here?
It was
I think that's the night I was introduced to you.
It was borderline audience abuse at that point.
Yeah. All right. I'll play it at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
I'm not asking you to wait forever.
I know you're not. I didn't mean it that way. I just meant it. Whatever. Let's just see what happens. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was muted. You guys had me muted and I was trying to tell you all the dates.
No, I didn't mute you. You muted yourself. Anyway,
I don't even know how to mute myself.
That's fine.
Somebody
Ms.
muted me.
Dineski. What are the dates?
February 3rd.
Hang on.
February.
Hang on 1 second. These are all Sumter Townships. It can't be a different department, okay?
Yep, these are all Sumter.
Okay, go ahead. February 3rd.
There's actually one also on, was it I believe it was January 19th as well.
January 19th.
And then February 3rd, February 16th, February 17th, March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd, March 29th, April 5th, April 14th, April 15th, April 29th, May 4th, May 5th, May 6th, May 8th.
Well, the 8th only
9th.
include, nope, nothing past the 8th. We don't go past the date of the.
I don't know if y'all were counting. I did it in my video, but that's 16 police reports in 16 weeks. That's how much of a nuisance that woman is. And if you heard her, she said another one May 9th. So it's really 17 police reports in 16 weeks.
And she may have missed a couple.
And I'm sure that those weren't where they ended. I'm sure May 9th wasn't the last one. I'm sure it continued on.
Yeah, and you know, I really hope she gets labeled as a vexatious litigant. Oh wait, she already did.
Oh, yep, she did.
No, wait, that it already happened.
Shout out to Peg Leg Finance. Hey, if we keep alluding to this third video, that's going to be where I send people to go watch the source for the third video if they want to see the paperwork or whatever, get another perspective on it. If you want to go watch early and see this girl's wild filings, he's covered my case. So you can go watch it on his, get an early sneak peek, because you know I'm going to shit on her in my video. But you can go get a really nice perspective over from Peg Leg Finance, who is an actual lawyer, not a Google one like Lindsay Dineski.
Is that the video that Peg Leg just released a couple of days ago?
Yes.
I'm gonna go find that link and I'll drop it in the chat. That's why I was asking.
I love Peg Leg. Awesome channel. Go watch him.
Yeah, he was laughing to the point of tears reading her pleadings.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey, Chuck, did you happen to watch his video on that?
I did. I love him.
Okay,
He's
good,
awesome.
good. Yeah. I was going to say, go check it out if you haven't. You'll really like the video.
Are we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
The charge. Did you get all those dates, Mr. Young? If there's any police report on any of those dates, produce it. If there's not, there's not.
I'm only producing police reports.
Yep, that's all you should have.
And then on like the May 4th and May 5th and May 6th, there should be body cam footage where they were there at my house and they were destroying my property.
Please stop. On the May dates, Mr. Young, because it's within a couple of days of the incident, if there's body cam, if there's not, there's not.
It's going to be at a different address than the address that they reported me being at. It's at where they came. The person who lives at the house who said I maliciously destroyed their property actually came to my house when I wasn't there with the police, and the police let him destroy my property.
If there's a police report from the 4th, 5th, or 6th, they'll produce whatever in relationships to these parties, Mr. Young.
And that includes the body cam footage?
If there is any.
Okay, perfect.
That's from the 4th, 5th, and 6th. In this incident's the 8th, which I indicated I do have body cam and
for the 8th, yeah. But if they have anything for the 4th, 5th, or 6th that involves any of these people, produce it. Otherwise, just police reports. Can you do that within two weeks, Mr. Young? Can you do that?
Yeah, I think you better give me another week because I just knew that 3.
Well, let me give Michelle, what's the next date that I can give her? Michelle, what's the next Sumter date?
10th.
August 10th?
Yeah.
And if you get it to her if you get it to us, how much time do you need? Do you want till the 3rd, 3 weeks?
That's fine.
All right. So, Ms. Dineski, you can pick this stuff up on August the 3rd, and then we'll see you again on August the 10th. At what time, Michelle?
At 9:50.
At 9:50.
Okay.
All right. So you can come in to the court on August the 3rd. Pardon?
Since I don't have anywhere for you to mail that to right now, am I able to pick that up?
Bring it to the court, and you can pick it up on August 3rd.
I'm talking about the court date information.
Oh, the court date information. It's the same login. It's with me.
I can email it.
And then I haven't.
She'll email it to you.
Okay, thank you. And then I didn't receive anything about any of the other stuff. Like I never received anything about the eviction. And just so you know, the Sumter police refused to follow your order so that I could go get my stuff, and all my stuff was thrown out from that house.
I don't know what the state, I don't have that file in front of me right now. And so when you come in on the 3rd, you can ask for a copy of that file if you want.
I have a copy of the file. What I'm telling you is you gave an order saying that I could go get my stuff, and the Sumter police, this is part of the malicious prosecution I'm talking about. The Sumter police denied your order and denied letting me go to that house to get my things.
And Ms.
and all my
Dinesky,
things
I
were
don't
thrown
have,
out.
I can't deal with that file right now. I don't have it in front of me. So I don't have it.
Well, I mean, I filed something on it and you guys wouldn't look at it.
Well, I
So,
think that
I mean, I filed a
I think
motion.
it was told, Michelle, you would pause this.
I was told to file it and I filed it the way that it was supposed to be filed, and I never received any response back saying it was denied.
No, I know that it was, I know that you had to
need
appeal
all that
it.
documentation.
I know that I had multiple, after the file was out of my hands, that it was an appeal. Any complaints
No,
about?
I asked for a trial and I was denied a trial, which is a violation of my rights. I repeatedly asked for a trial.
You can appeal that decision. You've been told multiple times you can appeal the circuit court on the landlord.
But why? But yeah, but how do I appeal? You can't appeal.
I can't give you legal advice. I cannot give you legal advice.
I'm not asking for legal advice, but the thing is I know legally that I was denied my right to a trial, and I shouldn't have to appeal that.
You can appeal the decision. We're all set for today. Thank you, everybody.
But again, what about how they refuse to give me my things?
You need to come in on August 3rd and pick up those documents, and then we will see you here on August the 10th. All right? You're all set for today.
In the Zoom?
Yes. But you got to come live on the 3rd to pick up your stuff. All right, everybody, we're done.
All right. All right. That's the end of part one.
Yeah.
That is the end of part one.
Go watch my commentary on it if you haven't seen it already. It's much more comedic and less in depth than it was tonight. But yeah, it was it was fun. It's fun. The next one's wild. The first one really only Judge Oakley kind of pushed back on her. The other judge did not. Same with Lisa Martin. They just, neither one of those judges, they're just enabling her, to be honest with you, if you want to know the truth. She gets away with it and she's like, wow, I got away with that. All right, I'll just do it to the next person too. But she eventually meets her match, which is what the next video is all about, because she comes before Judge Regina Triplett, who is also a co-defendant of mine. So yeah, she was sued by Lindsay as well. So that will be the next video that comes out. Now, again, that should be Monday, Tuesday, around that time. And then also the final video will be on Friday. And then I'm going to be in Asia.
Going to China. I'm jealous.
Yeah, buddy. You got to go give me some of that cheap manufacturing out there for my...
Yeah, you got to re-up your merch.
Skeptic doll. Yeah, my merch, exactly. Going to find a distributor and manufacturer out there. But yeah, that's this is the craziness that I was just basically exposed to, and Chuck here had to deal with it nonstop. I don't know how you did it, Chuck.
Yeah, in real time, in real life, not just internet reacting.
We can't just pause and say, everybody, let's take a fucking 10-minute headache break real quick and go get some coffee. We'll come back to this conversation. No, that shit was nonstop. I bet you couldn't go anywhere or anything.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any last words on this before I play whatever Team Skeptic wants me to play that he just sent me? So Chuck, do you have any last words? And also, real quick, before you start talking, Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the message. I think that Skeptic and I have done a good job on making sure Chuck didn't say anything. We wouldn't have let him do it. We would have told him to stop. So, but Sparkle Poots made sure to let me know that we didn't let Chuck get himself in trouble for being on a live panel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's priority number one is, make sure that Chuck's all right, because he, like I said, he lived through it. So we gotta, respect that privacy, respect his, his experience. Like, respect that. This is a fucking crazy bitch.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Would
you like to say anything? Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing I would really add is, like, this comes from a place not being vindictive or not being, like, upset. This is awareness. Like, these people are out there. They're shopping in the same stores you're in. They're going to the same courts to file frivolous lawsuits that you're in. They're out there, and you might not notice it, but if you tangle with these people, it can have like life altering consequences. And that's why I'm standing up. That's why I'm here, is because awareness needs to be spread. You know, it's not like I want to say, and who doesn't want to say, hey, my ex that really sucked, and I want to tell the whole world, of course, but that's not why I'm motivated. People need to know. People need to know that these people exist, and they will do everything they can to ruin your life. And in this case, so far, there's been very little consequences. If you're a law-abiding citizen, you go by the playbook. You know, you go to custody court, you enact a PPO, you try to protect yourself. That doesn't always work. It can leave you with a lot of gaps in your safety and security. It can leave you with a lot of questions that are unanswered. And I just want people to be careful, be more careful than I was. You know, experience is what I got out of this experience, and wisdom, but I hope some people could avoid those pitfalls and could question, you know, people's motives and people's character, and hopefully save themselves.
Yeah, and you know, that's one thing I say to, like, anytime I'm trying to give someone who's a little younger advice, you know, like my friend, I'm about to go meet my friend from Serbia, right? Like his son and we all had dinner one night, and his son asked me, you know, if I was going to be a streamer, you know, what would be the advice that you give me? And the exact advice I gave him was, it's really, really awesome to learn and grow from your mistakes, but it's so much more awesome to learn and grow from other people's mistakes. So I always tell people that we put these people on display, or I at least put these people on display, so that if you ever find yourself in the same situation, whether it's a traffic ticket or whether it's you're having a conversation and they're telling you how driver's licenses are null and void, and now instead of buying into the delusion, you're actually aware of the delusion. That's the purpose. I do it in a way that makes you laugh, but it also makes you informed so you don't make that mistake. Chuck had to live through this. This should be a lesson that each of the men and women that are in the audience that are watching should be learning from right now. Should be saying, Chuck went through these things so that I don't have to. I can now use Lindsay and Chuck's example as a way to protect myself from getting into a toxic relationship. And, you know, I don't like to say that Chuck is, let's bring Chuck on to be the example, but he has a story to tell that we could all learn from. And I suggest people pay attention and take this shit seriously, because these people, like he said, they do exist. They exist within our society. They exist where you don't know they exist until they say the wrong thing. And if you're already too involved, they're going to do everything they can to ruin your life. Save yourself the headache and learn from other people's mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. You nailed it. You nailed it. I was halfway through what you were saying. I was trying to incorporate a joke about you being in a bull red mankini, but I figured it was way too. You were in the middle of a strong speech. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh yeah. I get like that though. I get on these rants because I really feel strongly about my position here, and I don't just do it for fun. Yes, it is fun. Yes, I make fun of people and I enjoy making fun of people. It's just the culture I grew up in. I grew up in the late 90s. You know, that was I ran a freestyle battle. Do you really expect me to be very polite when I insult these people? Hell fucking no. I'm going to speak my mind and say what the first thing that comes to my mind. And sometimes if you really pay attention into my insults, you'll notice that there are internal rhymes that are there. There are alliterations that are there. There's rhymes between lines that are there. I kind of like put all that in just because I want to be artistic a bit in the insults I do. And I don't like to tell people, hey, go look, pay attention to what I'm saying. But sometimes I do shit like that. So if you ever see something and you're like, hey, I wonder if he did that shit on purpose, maybe I did.
You probably did. You come across as a calculated person. You probably did.
Yeah, I have a TI 86 for sure.
I believe it. I believe it. It's in your pocket right now.
Right.
That's why you're not on camera. He doesn't come on camera when he comes on my stream because he's actually dressed normal. He's not wearing any of his cool t-shirts. So All right. You want to jump into whatever link that you sent me?
Oh, hey, yeah, I sent it to you. Move it up to 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
It's a 4-hour stream. You know how hard it is to get 3 minutes and 15 seconds in a 4-hour
Bro, okay, just
I
move
got
it barely up, and then yeah. Because
No,
I
I
want
got
to
it.
show people. You actually don't have to go to that exact moment, but that's 10 seconds before fog 0, the initial fog. I had finally got it set up, and I got it set up. It was supposed to be 1 second for $1, 20 seconds for anything over $20. So a second $1. Anything over 20 would just be a 20. No, every single super chat was a 20-second runoff with my fucking fog machine. So put me full screen there. So this is.
I was just gonna ask. You want a full screen, or you want to see the chat real time?
Oh yeah, put it full screen. So this is prior to the fog. Go ahead. The chat to fire off a smoke machine. Look, so I went out and bought a smoke machine and have this whole thing rigged right now. I've been spending all day rigging.
Hey, I can't hear you and hear you at the same time.
No, I was saying, do you see that green right there? That was my first one when I finally got it set up. So that's the first thing that's going to set it off. All right, go ahead.
All right.
This up so that when you super chat me, it goes like this. That blue one, I'm sorry. And it varies based on the length of the super chat, on the value of the super chat. That was the short one. That was the one for like $1. Still blowing. It's still blowing. All right. That was the first one. All right. Now move it up to anywhere in the last hour of the show.
Anywhere in the last
in the last hour of the show. There you go, right there.
Validate what I'm saying. He said specifically, I do not have a
You are
warrant.
leaning so forward. You're like, I can't see the screen. I got to lean forward to see it.
Screen there, little guy.
Oh, watch, somebody else was. They were relentless.
There you are.
Look at that. You see that blue super chat at the top? That's a $1.
Explain this,
chat.
Chili.
Oh yeah, I was go to the next.
Explain this.
We don't need to watch Chili.
Mr. Zane and fucking Magic Marker Condon to write up the fucking lawsuit so we can sue.
What do you think, chat? Should I do it again? Should I do it one more time? I still have that fog machine, but I put that motherfucker away for a lot. I said, fuck this machine. Never again. I'm done with letting the chat ruin my life. They do it so fucking efficiently, Colin. They keep me there for 4 hours.
No, I told you. I told you when you challenged my chat for the Chuck beer money. I'm like, you did that. You did it. You said the thing. Watch what happens. Yeah. God. No, I know. We have a great community. That's why.
Hey, should I send you the Mankini stream real quick? Yeah, let's do that. I can find.
All right. I mean, I guess if everyone's been hanging out here for 2.5 hours,
ask
you know what
chat.
the funny thing is?
Ask chat. I don't mind if they say no. No,
you're gonna ask chat if they want to see you on a Mankini. Yeah, literally. 2 seconds. I've got a 30-second delay, and somehow Jedi hacked the delay and said hell yeah. So.
All right, I got to go back. I think it was 2022. I believe it was. I don't know. Maybe it was 2021. Maybe. All right. What is chat saying? It won't take. It was on Halloween, so it's October 31st. I just got to find the October 31st one.
Yeah, no, they want to see it. They want to see it. But while he's looking for the chat, well, I don't call my chat. This is what you're rubbing off on me. Stop it. Now I lost my train of thought. Please make sure you check out Team Skeptic's Part 2. I know you guys will. Everyone subscribed to him already. We already know. So his Part 2 is going to come out either Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. He's a busy man, so if it happens on Wednesday, don't yell at him, but it will come out. So Part 2 is going to be awesome. I can't wait to see the rest of the saga. Chuck, thank you so much for coming up on panel tonight. I do appreciate it. You are awesome, man.
Thank you guys so much.
I feel bad for you, and I'm like proud of you at the same time. Like, you survived this, and you're a good person. You didn't turn evil. You didn't turn psycho. You didn't even go the route where you were trying to like get revenge on her. You're just like, no, stay away from me. And that was the adult thing to do, and not many people could do that. So
I love my kids, and
props
my
to
kids
you.
were in danger. My kids were in danger, and they needed me, and that's all it is, man. If you love your kids, you'll do anything for them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Chuck, you were awesome. You were awesome. Hopefully,
Much love,
we'll
you
get.
guys.
Hopefully, we can get Team Skeptic to actually do a live stream shortly here, and we can get a bigger beer fund because now he has a challenge. He's got to beat 200 and what was it, $274?
Yeah, 274.
Yeah, you got to beat 274. So you got to go live to do it. So
My chat has this. We got this, boys and girls.
yeah, but here's the problem: you got to do it first. If you don't go live, you're not going to be able to do it.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the point in my Mankini live stream where I had to leave to go to.
Oh, I'm well aware that you're elsewhere right now, which is why I'm talking shit, because you were too quick. That if you were actually paying attention and I was talking shit to you, you would come back and I wouldn't be able to say anything.
Oh yeah,
See,
for sure.
This is why I'm smart. I use my time appropriately.
You're definitely not in my league when it comes to insulting people. You're
I'm
way
too nice.
way too nice.
Too nice.
Yeah, way too nice. All right, so I mentioned the word door at 2 hours and 15 minutes into this one that I just shared with you.
All right. Said 2 hours and 15. I just opened it up and saw what you were wearing.
Right?
What the fuck?
This man has no fucking filter. I don't know who the fuck the guy on screen is. He's a sexy bitch, but I don't know who the fuck he is.
All right. You want me to play it at 2:15 though? All right, I'm at
2:15.
I'm at 2.
I think it was around right before 2:15 is when I got the knock at the door, but I was skimming through the video and I didn't actually see the part where I stood up. I think that there was somebody else on camera. I think I said, "Hey, I got to go because there's somebody on camera." And then someone else came on camera, and then I ended up going and answering the door and coming back and going, "Oh, guys, you'll never believe what happened."
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. FTFE stole your idea, Team Skeptic. Very modest of you not to mention it. Yeah, I tried not to mention it. I should have not have been for the super chat. No one would have ever known that I was slightly better than him. But now they do. That's unfortunate for him.
Hey, how long ago was this? You said 2022? Is that what you said?
2020 actually.
Oh shit.
Hold
4.5
on,
years ago.
Yeah, let me double check. Is it 4.5 or is it say 4 years ago on the thing?
No, I don't know. I full screened it, so I can't see now. I can.
Yeah,
stop.
2020, October 31st, 2020. Halloween Mankini special. God, I was such a nerd. David Oliver for.
Oh, you still are. You're just you're a different nerd.
Bigger nerd.
Just have a better outfit.
Yeah, you wore this on stream once. You're like, I'm gonna start a cool T-shirt. Shit, I'm not doing this again.
$5. Multi Tom.
Sorry, I've been muted. I've been fucking talking and I've muted myself.
Oh, it's all good.
I was just talking about Halloween.
I didn't know who the fuck that was. I was like, who? Where did this British like? What is that? FTFE?
Yeah, that's FTFE.
Yeah, I just heard that voice. Like, where is that coming from? Ah, that's awesome. It's awesome. I'm a big fan of his channel.
Lost.
Just talking about Halloween because someone said happy Halloween, and happy Halloween and everything, but obviously this year is a bit different, right? There's a fucking pandemic. Fucking kids came to our door trick-or-treating. Like, what are their parents doing?
Oh, he said
just
door.
Go and spread the virus around.
He said door. He said door. I thought I was trying to find where I said door. Okay, go to. Oh. No. That's okay. I don't know where it is in here, but I've got to. Let me see if I can find it by scrolling. But anyway, this was the thing. That's how I was dressed when I went to the door, and I was like, "Oh fuck!
What is this? You guys start playing with Microsoft Paint?
Oh yeah, chat. Hey, this was my fucking exceptional paint skills. Ask the chat about it; they'll tell you.
All right, chat. Does he have exceptional paint skills? We're gonna find out.
I solved fucking the like problems of space time of the space time continuum with Microsoft Paint, motherfucker.
Hold on. No, it's all coming up. All right. Hold on. All right. Blank canvas. Here we go.
All right, or in a black hole, for instance, let's say it's a black hole. You have an area where inside of this area, space is curved so much that there's just impossible for you to get out. Okay. You draw light cones, and your light cone outside of it might be like this. And then once you cross it, it's pretty much like this. And it just starts turning more and more towards the singularity in the middle. Okay. Same thing happens, but in the opposite direction for a white hole. Okay. So a white hole is here, and it's spewing information out this way, spewing out energy in all directions. Okay. So whereas this has energy going in all directions that can't escape, this has energy going out in all directions, and it can't get back. Okay, so there's an event horizon on a white hole that's just like an event horizon on the black hole, where everything in here, no matter in what direction you're facing, the
geodesic will always point you towards the outside of the event horizon.
There's no light.
All right, nerd.
I know. Hey, listen. At any point in time, if anybody wants to have a talk about science, I'm so much more well-versed in science and math than I will ever be in law. I can describe things that are really hard for people to understand in ways that the common person can't understand. There's just not enough entertainment value in science, unfortunately. Like, I would love to be a science presenter and to go back to debunking science topics, but the fact of the matter is that the audience is so niche that it's really just, you're speaking to the same people over and over. So what's going on in flat earth right now? You're just talking to the same people over and over. Here you get new people coming in. There's more people involved in civics discussions, especially like with the political, with the way that politics are going in the nation right now. There's just so many people that are becoming more and more involved in the civics discussion other than the science discussion. And it bothers me because I'd love to talk about it. And I'm such a nerd. I dream about these concepts.
I could tell in that, I don't know, 15-20 second clip that you were just expressing while you were doing your little doodling. I could tell that you understood what you were talking about. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what you're talking about. So I did appreciate that, and I wanted to keep playing it, but I don't know if everyone here wants to watch you talk science right now.
I did
especially after a 3-hour live stream.
No, I did just see somebody said stop gatekeeping the mankini. So I guess
that's what the stop was. That's what the stop was.
Team Skeptic, you attract the nicest people.
Yeah, I pulled this up. JL Warren's in the chat. JL Warren, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, JL.
He will remember the Mankini stream. He remembers the Mankini stream. But yeah, let's close this out, man. I'm ready to let the chat go home. Show them some Mankini. Let that play in the background. Mute it, and then we'll just we'll say our goodbyes.
All right, that works.
No gatekeeping, Colin. Get it off the science stuff. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, I'm moving it forward. Yeah, you look tired as fuck in that video, though. I'm not gonna lie. You look like you need a 3-day nap.
I was putting out like 4 or 5 videos a week during that time, all flat Earth videos.
Yeah, those days.
Yeah, those days exactly.
I am so glad I started my channel after the flat Earth days. I was obsessed with it, and I watched every single channel that did anything on flat Earth, and I was obsessed with it. I watched flat earthers and I watched the debunkers. I watched everybody just because I was like, this is so dumb that this is a thing, and I made myself obsessed that I followed everybody, and I am so glad that I didn't have a channel during that time.
Yeah,
I would have looked like you right now if I did.
Well, with a bunch of subs and sexy as fuck. Yeah, you missed out.
No, and a man. I thought that's what we were talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The subs, that'll happen in time. But I was talking about the man.
Well, Chuck, do you have anything you want to add before we get out of here, man?
I don't think so. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Chuck, again, you were awesome.
Yeah. So no, I was gonna say the same thing. I just want to say thanks for coming up and telling us your story, man. Like the chat, they clearly wanted to hear more. You see the comments on my video. They want more information.
No doubt.
All right. So part 2 coming early next week. Knowing Team Skeptic is probably going to come on next Saturday.
Nah. Nah, it'll be it's just waiting to get some final touches on it to go out, and it needs to go through Chuck to make sure all the videos are going to go through Chuck first, just to make sure that they're accurate and that it's proper to go out. So I just got to get it to him and one other person to get both of their approvals, and then it goes out. So I'm looking at Monday, possibly Tuesday. Second video or third video will be on Friday. And I'm going to live stream the second set of court hearings on Wednesday. Colin, are you still going to be coming up on with me?
Yeah, just give me a heads up and I will absolutely be there.
Yeah, okay. Wednesday night, same time. We'll do it at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be the first time I've streamed in a long time, guys. So be there.
And it'll be on his channel, where that means I don't have to do anything and my internet won't crash. So my internet's still probably going to crash, but I don't have to say.
And Chuck, you're welcome to be there too. If you're,
I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I'll send you an invite, and we'll all join up and watch the video together, and you can fill in the people where there are questions.
Well, for Colin's sake, just start it after 8:30.
I have gone live at 8 o'clock every night but Saturday for over a year now. So changing it would be a little weird, but I feel like I might have to. It's been a week, but it's only been a week. I feel like after a day or two, it might. I don't know. I have no.
Well, hey, and another thing before we get out of here, I do want to say I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion here. I really want to start taking my travel stuff seriously, because I do travel a lot, and I know you guys would love what I do, at least seeing it, from a third person and laughing at me and with me, and I would love to have y'all there. Really, it would mean a lot to have just some people to roast me that drives me to do something new or go see something I haven't seen. Challenge me to do things that that maybe you can't do because you're at home and you have an injury, or you're a bit older and you can't really get out and get mobile like you used to be. Challenge me. Tell me what you want to do. I'll jump on a fucking plane and go. I'll go see the
I've got a great idea. Why don't you start a flat earth thing and go to Antarctica and take a bunch of flat earthers with you?
Yeah, that's already been done by my good friend MC Tune. But seriously though, like Team Skeptic After Dark, I think that's where I'm going to take that channel. I'm going to be doing live streams on that, like streaming while I'm traveling, walking you guys around, cities like Tokyo and Hong Kong, Vienna, Lisbon. I'll take you guys everywhere. You can go meet the people I meet. I've already met so many people that you'll be meeting people I've already previously met. So there's going to be stories to tell. There's going to be drinks to be had. There's going to be restaurants and food to be enjoyed. There's going to be a nightlife to fucking talk about. And I really, really want you guys there. Like it would mean a lot. I could give it, to be honest with you, I could give a shit if I had just the core people from my channel that really like what I do, and the core people from this channel who are interested. If I just had y'all, I don't need anybody else. I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because I have so much fun doing it. And I really think that you guys would have fun with me. And it would be fun. Like it'd be pointless if I'm doing it for myself on YouTube, because I can do it for myself without YouTube and all the extra trouble. But doing it on YouTube really kind of brings you guys into my life and allows us to experience those things. Even at a parasocial level, it still allows us to experience those things together. And, you guys can have a little bit of control on what I do and what I don't do. And, well, I don't know, we'll have fun with it. It's not going to be a Johnny Somali type situation where I turn on TTS and let y'all cuss out the natives. No, I respect people when I go to other countries. And I would say, like, y'all give me picture challenges, monument challenges, whatever challenges you want. I'll go fucking do it. Say, hey, go visit this island. Bye. I'll go visit that island. Fuck y'all. Going to the Canary Islands too for first time in Sevilla. So follow me, Team Skeptic After Dark. Go over there. Just sub. And within a week, I'll be posting content live from Hong Kong.
Nice. When exactly do you leave? What's your departure?
I leave on the 13th in the evening, I believe. I don't just know my itinerary off the top of my head because I just actually I'm going to go to Ireland for St. Patty's Day again. I went there last year; it was so badass. So I'm gonna go there again.
Wait. So when you say the 13th, do you mean in March or February?
No, I'm leaving for Hong Kong on the 13th or LA. No, Hong Kong. Yeah, LA to Hong Kong on the 13th.
Just so you know, those are two completely different cities, so you might want to get
No
that.
way. Are they in
Yeah.
different states too?
Yeah, they're actually in different counties as well.
No, because I have multiple travel plans. I have to remember which ones that I'm doing at which time. But yeah, I'm leaving in on the 13th, heading out. I'll be back March 3rd, and then I'm back out to Europe March 11th, and then I've got some crazy shit planned. Good friend of mine from South Africa. He's from Lisbon. Like he lives in Lisbon. I'm meeting him, just fucking party with him. The parties we have. Oh my God. I got to tell you this story before we go, guys. Listen, I went to this club. Okay. This guy looks at me, he goes, David, you look like you like the party. I said, Steven.
Wait, holy shit. Your name's Dave?
Yeah,
I thought it was Team.
it is.
All right,
Team.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Now keep in mind, this guy is standing over me, looking down on me at this point. Like he's fairly massive from my perspective. And he's talking to me and he's like, I'm like, yes, I like the party. He goes, come with me tonight. Or Thursday night. I want to take you somewhere. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. And so I go out with him, right? He said the party doesn't start till midnight. It's at this club called Ministerio in Lisbon. Look it up. So I was like, all right, cool. So I go, we party. We get there about 12:30, right? He said, fuck this line. Come here. We walk right up to the front. He says, how much money do you have on you, David? I was like, I got 10 euros. He goes, okay, I'll get us to the front of the line. I was like, with 10 euros? I said, you're crazy. I said, that's $100 in America. And this club was popping too. And there was a popular DJ there. So I was like, you're crazy. They're not going to let us in for 10 euros. Sure enough, he knew the guy, 10 euros. They thought it was a big deal. I was like, God damn, that's cool. I will do well. If 10 euros gets you all kinds of shit like that, I will do well in Europe, especially in Lisbon. Because I like to be at the front of the line for shit. You know what I mean? So I get in there, we're partying. I said, I'm only going to be here till about maybe 1:30, Steven. I got to go to sleep. Steven's like, all right, cool. It's fine. Whenever you want to leave, leave. I was like, all right, cool. So we're partying. This place gets fucking packed. There's no way I'm leaving. I go up to the top. It's 2 floors. I go up to the top. I'm looking down. It's packed. And I look up and I'm like, oh, there's a second area over there. Wonder what they're doing over there. I walk around the corner. They got a full-blown tattoo going. Like beds, plastic. Like I was in the tattoo world. Like I was sponsored by a tattoo company for a long time. I go to tattooing is my thing. I know what's not safe, and that shit ain't safe. They had those people laid out and we're like, hey, you're in the middle of the party? Let's run upstairs and grab a tattoo real quick. And they had a full-blown tattoo shop set up in the middle of this nasty it was crazy. And it was so much fun. I ended up staying until like 4:30 in the morning.
Well, did you get a tattoo?
Hell no. I don't get tattooed by anybody but my friends in Dallas. I'm gonna do that was a challenge. Somebody challenged me to get
a traditional tattoo. Yeah.
So whoever challenged me, that challenge will be met. Traditional tattoo in Japan. I already got a Hanyu mask on the back of my arm, but I'll take a traditional. But anyway, come follow me. I'd love it. Love you guys.
Yeah,
have a good night.
I don't know how to respond to any of what you just said. That's Team Skeptic's life, everybody. That's not the life of us normal people. So
it's crazy because sometimes when I talk to people, I'm like, hey, why don't you meet me in Amsterdam for like a few days? And they're like, because I have a job. I'm like,
right. Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I travel for fun. Yeah. It's been an ongoing joke with Lone Wolf and I is where is Team Skeptic? I said this when you were on stream on Friday. We just make fun of you, and try to put your pictures down. Like, oh, you sent a beautiful picture of Amsterdam. No, you're in Kansas. Stop lying to people.
Yeah, right. Can I send you a picture to show the audience, and then we'll get out on that picture? You can
Sure.
let it ride out. I want to show y'all the type of things that I see in this world. This is why I highly suggest to each and every one of you, put some money away and go visit another country. Just go
Actually,
somewhere.
sorry.
Hey, did you read that? While I get this picture, did you read that that big super chat that you had from
I was just gonna say I've got a couple super chats that I need.
Go ahead. I'll get the picture.
I need to catch up on real quick.
Yeah.
Phil, thank you so much. Team Skeptic, do you make? Oh, we do the Mankini and Fog Machine together. That's what Phil says. You should do them both together. Then we wouldn't know you had a Mankini.
Phil doesn't like me. Phil does not like me.
I think Phil's the one who challenged you to the traditional tattoo. To be honest,
Phil, was that you?
I think it was Phil, because Phil's one of my mods. So I think it was him. Jedi with the extremely generous super chat. Jedi, thank you so much. Colin and Skeptic team ups are great. Skeptic Mankini, yes. Yeah, we showed you. Well, we showed you from the, I don't know. Yeah, we showed some. I'm glad that he didn't send a clip of him walking away. I would not have liked that.
Oh, I was very aware of not showing my ass on stream. Because I was not wearing anything under that mankini.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't send me that. Anyways, Jedi, thank you so much. That was extremely generous. Vic, I think you missed the super chat. Vic, I probably actually did. Tonight I probably actually did. To be honest, you guys were blowing it up tonight. I probably did miss one. And if I missed you, I deeply apologize. If you want to send me a message and tell me I missed you, I will make sure that I shout you out either the next time Team Skeptic's on or tomorrow night on my next stream. But I don't like missing super chats. I think you guys know that. Sparkle Poots, what Jedi said. Thank you so much, Sparkle Poots. I appreciate it. All right.
Is that
we
all
are caught up on Yep, we're caught up.
I'm sending you a link to my Google photo. This, excuse me. I want y'all to know something. I am a very, very decent photographer, to the point that I really want to be better. So any photographers out there, if you have any, I would say that I'm beyond the basic tips. I'm really good at what I do, but I could be better with some really good professional tips or some advice. So if anybody out there has any, feel free to reach out to me. Discord, WhatsApp, Instagram, email, any of those. Feel free to reach out to me, because I really love taking pictures. And as you can see right here in this picture that Colin's about to show,
it's already up.
Oh, it's up. Okay, great. I put myself in positions to take really nice pictures. And the other funny thing about it is, and I'm not taking a shot at anybody. Actually, I kind of am. I don't have to ask y'all to pay for me to do this. There's other people out there that ask you to pay for their mother's gifts on their birthdays. Don't follow me.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't bring that here.
I know. I wasn't really. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Only because I know who you're talking about.
I was just saying that I don't have to ask my audience to fund me to go do this. I go do this on my own. This is my hobby. This is what I love. And it's not going to change, but I'd love to do this with you guys. So that's what I want to say.
That being said, if you want to help Team Skeptic take better pictures, please send him $25 on PayPal right now.
Yeah. Nobody fucking donate. Let me put my PayPal link in the chat, but nobody donate to it. All right. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do it.
All right. Okay. We're moving on now, for real. No, I've seen your pictures before, man. That's why we make fun of you. They're unreal. Like this picture. If you would send me this picture, I would tell you to fuck off. You are not there. You did not just take this picture, but you actually are, that's why we're jealous, which is why we make fun of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually there and I love it. So.
All right. I just said and like coughed at the same time. So yeah, it's been 3 hours. This was a 45-minute video. 45 minutes. 3-hour-long live stream.
It's Chuck's fault.
Yeah, you know what? It is Chuck's fault.
I'm so sorry.
He's still awake. It's absolutely Chuck's fault. I was asked if this was going to be a long stream tonight because you were coming up, and I'm like, nah, it's only a 45-minute video. We're probably going to go an hour and a half max. 3
Yeah,
hours
well,
worth.
I told somebody, I was like, I'm not going to be here that long. I'm pretty tired actually. So, and then I ended up staying the whole time.
Well, we had fun. That's what's important.
Of course.
Chad is
No,
awesome.
what's important is that Chad had fun.
Yeah,
Chat,
is awesome.
did you guys have a good time?
If you say right now, put a 1 in the chat if you have a good time, I will kick you off the stream.
Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you had a good time. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, and Skeptic is gone. He is gone for the evening. I did that on purpose because I'm hanging up. I'm hanging up and I'm going to bed. So Chuck, you are awesome. Thank you so much for coming up. I do actually mean that. Don't worry about me kicking Skeptic. He'll be okay. He will not get his feelings. I'm
needs
just
his
glad I
beauty
actually
rest.
he needs his beauty rest. Yeah, we saw that video of him. He said that was back from 2020. I think that was about from 10 minutes before my stream started.
yeah.
All right. You guys have a great night. Chuck, again, you are awesome. Everybody, thank you. You guys were beyond generous tonight. Thank you so much for the super chats, the membership gifting, membership milestones. You guys are awesome. I will be back tomorrow night. And please keep an eye out on Team Skeptics Part 2 coming early next week. You guys are awesome. Oh, man. I actually had had it rolling. I had it going. I was about to play my outro. I don't have my outro loaded. You know what? Hold on. Because Team Skeptic's not here. Hold on. Because Team Skeptic's not here, and he can't critique me on it. Here we go. Let me know how I do. Let me know how I do. He probably is still listening though. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Colin, and I'm out. Yeah, I can't do the I'm out as cool as he does because he does the audio things. Anyways, bye.